okay, I gotta address these allegations. I did not tweet that I wanted to be bullied by women. I said that I am a professional at getting bullied by women. That's what I said. Buh. Should add the Eye of Horus to my character. The way I be seeing shit. That's pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. We love a little mythological flair, and Egyptian aesthetic is definitely flair. We love that shit. God, we love that shit. I'd love to talk to Tricky someday, just about mythology. I tuned into her stream, what was it, last night, I think? And she was talking about being into all kinds of different world mythologies, and I'm like, man, I'd love to sit down and just, like, talk about mythology. For no reason, just to talk, because I love that shit. Love to compare notes. Anyway, hello, welcome. Today is not Monday, but we're still reading like it's Mythos Monday. Sweet Lavender Pie, congratulations on claiming first. So I'm just chopped liberty. Oh, well, I'm saying, like, I don't know, man. She brought it up, and I was like, damn. That'd be cool. It was in the moment. It wasn't like, it wasn't a slight at anybody. Fuck. That's not what I meant. Anyway, I've had a very busy I've had a very busy day today, and I'm surprisingly still full of energy. So that's pretty good. Hopefully I will not fall asleep reading this comfy cozy story. In fact, I don't know whether or not it's going to be comfy and cozy today. Last time it was a little tense, but I think we got over that. So we'll see what today has in store for Shiro and the gang. Pull up the flowchart really quick. Don't worry about it. We are on the 7th day. It does appear to be more or less straightforward. So this will be a relatively comfy stream. So if you want to grab some snacks or some drinks, I recommend hot cocoa. It's very cold where I am, and allegedly is going to continue to be very cold into next week, into the single digits of temperatures, if not below. So that's going to be fun. For those of you keeping score, I am still running an Ethernet cable outside of my house through my window, so rest in pieces, I guess. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else that I need to chat about. We've got the Foxes vs. Wolves collab working on a date for next week. That should be good. Can't wait for that. Again, it might not be exactly Foxes vs. Wolves, but that's what it was going to be marketed as. So that's what we're going to call it anyway. That's what I'm going to call it. But it might be doing more than just that one collab next week. I don't know. Gotta kind of keep my ear to the ground on that. Still piecing together a schedule. I should hopefully have one by tomorrow to post for Sunday or Monday, like when I usually post them. I usually post them on like Monday or Tuesday, but I shoot for Sunday or Monday. One day I'll have a model or PNG for collabs. That could be cool. Yeah, you can get a PNG for. I mean, if you don't want to make one yourself, you can get a PNG for relatively cheap, at least compared to a model. And it's always good to use as a reference if you have like a character in mind. That way you can kind of. I can't draw. Well, I mean, even then, you can kind of like workshop something together. Find a logo or a symbol or something and make something. You can maybe reach out to Tobias. He does art. He might be able to help you out with something simple. And then there's VGen. I'll recommend VGen everywhere to everybody. I found my model artist on VGen, artist and rigger on VGen. I found the music that you're listening to right now. I found them on VGen, the composer. Nbar, I found their artist / rigger on VGen. All of you guys, the little leaflets, that was VGen. Everybody I found on VGen. It's fantastic. If you need art commissions, if you need commissions for anything artistic, whether it's a model, whether it's an art piece, like just a static thing, whether it's an animation, whether it's sprite work, whether it's writing, you can find some on VGen. Yes, VGen does have writing section. I don't know. I can't. I do all of my own writing, so I can't really speak to any of the quality of any of the artists over there. But like everything you see here, minus the background I think was from Etsy. But the rest of everything that you're seeing and hearing, VGen, baby. VGen is for VTubers. Not really, but like it might as well be. Anyway, I think that's enough yapping out of me. I'd like to get started. In case I do end up falling asleep partway through. Not that I'm expecting the game to put me to sleep. However, I do tend to get yawny when I start reading, so let's get into it. Try and get into it before that happens, shall we? I press the play the game button, and then I mute my mic so I can blow my nose. And then I remember to unmute my mic so that you can hear me. Much better. Alright. Welcome to Day 7 of Fate Stay Night. It's February 6th. February's coming up. Maybe we'll do a special episode on if we manage to land on that right day. I don't know when. So if we're doing the 6th today, and then the 7th on Monday, the 8th would be next Monday, which would be... Hold on. The 27th. And the 9th would be on the 3rd. Wait! And then the 10th would be on the 10th! I wouldn't even have to... I would just have to consistently make sure we nailed it once a week, every week. And then we'll get to February 10th on February 10th. That's awesome. That'd be very cool. Alright. Anyway, tangent over. Oh. I forgot one quick thing. I forgot. There you go. Alright. Very important, that. And now we begin. I wouldn't want anyone to get sad if I can help it. If I just use my own limited powers to make the people around me happy, the world will be a better place. Good luck, you. Take care of yourself. That was always Kiritsugu's favorite saying. The man who I saw as a champion of justice was saying he thought he was a failure, that he wasn't good enough. He didn't need to explain it to me. The worlds the young me and the grown-up Kiritsugu lived in were too different, and so the standards for being a hero of justice were different too. When I was young, this house was my entire world. So my old man, Fujine, myself, and my favorite shed were the only things that needed protecting. All I thought I had to protect was what I could see around me. But Kiritsugu wanted to do something for those he couldn't see or reach. I was reckless when I was young. I built myself up by cursing the cruel world. The world was cruel, so I became cruel as a way to make my ideals a reality. There will always be those that can't be saved. You just can't save everything. If in the process of trying to save 1,000 you overlook 500, then I will abandon 100 to save 900. That is the most efficient way. That's the ideal, Kiritsugu once told me. Of course, I got mad hearing that. It really ticked me off. Because I didn't have to be told that since I knew that already. Because I knew firsthand that it was that very ideal that led to me being saved. I didn't need to be reminded about something so obvious. But I still believed that a hero of justice could save everyone, despite those limitations. Because that's what a hero of justice was. Someone you could still perform miracles, no matter how idealistic or unattainable they may be. You're right, Shiro. Results are the most important thing. But apart from that, what's even more important is to have the heart. What did Kiritsugu say about the heart again? I don't remember. It's not often I reminisce about something from so long ago. I must be in a deep sleep. Otherwise, I wouldn't be dreaming in the first place. Shiro, wake up. It's almost time for breakfast. See? Saber's waking me up. It's pathetic. What? I bolt upright and out of my futon. It's 6:30 in the morning. Fresh sunlight pours in from outside. Shiro, it is morning. Do you need to prepare breakfast? Saber is staring right at me. I overslept. Sorry, I'll get up right away. You have nothing to apologize for, but you have no time to relax. It appears Sakura and Rin were arguing earlier. Sorry, misclick. Sakura and Tosaka are arguing? What's going on? Hold on. Don't throw me into a situation I don't understand just as I'm waking up. Is that happening in Tosaka's room? No, the living room. I just passed by, so I do not know the details. Got it. I'll head there now. Oh boy. Oh, but there's something I forgot to do. What is it, Shiro? Good morning, Saber. Thank you for waking me. I greet her, and then I head out to the hallway. But seriously, what the hell did Tosaka do to start an argument with Sakura?
Tosaka!
In the living room, there's no sign of Sakura. Tosaka is alone, casually watching the weather forecast on TV. Good morning. What a way to start the morning, shouting my name like that. She turns around as if to ask if something had happened. Huh? That's weird. Doesn't look like she was fighting with Sakura at all. Morning. Hey, Tosaka. I heard you and Sakura were arguing. Is that true? Huh? Oh, from Saber. Yes, it may have seemed that way to an outside observer, but it was nothing really. I just told her not to come here for a while. We remember how that went last time. This best girl, it sure is. She's so casual about basically banning Sakura from my house. That's ridiculous. Sakura already said no to staying away from this house, so there's no way she would agree, even if we asked again. She wouldn't agree, but she went home after I presented her with a compromise. I told her I would go back home without argument if she stays away for a week. She agreed to those terms. She went home, even if she was a little reluctant. Oh, right. She sends her regards. She did what? Why would she do something like that without telling me? Actually, I shouldn't yell at her for it. Tosaka's just done something I should have. You're right. Sorry for making you be the bad guy so early in the morning. You must feel terrible, Tosaka. No, it wasn't bad or unpleasant to me. Why would you think that, Shiro? Because weren't you and Sakura friends? Telling Sakura to leave not once but twice doesn't sound like a fun job. That's why I feel bad. I'm the one who should take charge, but I made you do the dirty work again. That's fine. I just kicked Sakura out for my own safety. There's no reason for you to apologize. What do you mean for your own safety? Well, you said Shinji's a master, right? Knowing him, if Shinji finds out Sakura comes here, he'll target this place. So it's best to keep Sakura away from here until we finish dealing with Shinji. Cruel as it is, that's the right call. For everybody. I get it. She makes a good point. Shinji said he doesn't tell Sakura anything. I don't think he was lying. But if he finds out his little sister comes here so often, he might get the wrong idea. You're right. Could look to Shinji like we're taking Sakura hostage. Exactly. But more importantly, this place is still dangerous. I wouldn't want her to be walking around at night, so it's best for her to stay away from here for a while. This is for Sakura's own safety, as well as ours. Yeah, you're right. I feel bad for Sakura, but I'll just have to apologize and ask her forgiveness later. Though I won't be able to explain myself even when the time comes. This is really getting to me. I feel really bad about turning Sakura away like this, even if it's temporary. She's been so unselfish about helping me for all this time. Oh, you look really down. What happened to all that energy you had when you shouted at me earlier? Are you all sad and lonely, not having Sakura around? Tosaka grins maliciously. Oh, crap. I've known she'd tease me whenever I show vulnerability, but I went and did it again. Leave me alone. Sakura was a symbol of peace at our house. She offset whatever Fujine and I were lacking, so of course I'm down about us sending her away for her own selfish reasons. Oh, so you do understand. If you can say that much, then you pass. I'd say you're starting to get more determined. Huh? What are you trying to say? Don't you get it? Once this war ends, Sakura will come back. You say you don't want the Holy Grail, but that just means you should fight to take back the peaceful life you had before. See? Now you have a clear goal. Tosaka smiles her very biggest smile. When she puts it like that, I really have no choice but to agree. Damn, I don't know what to say. What she said there confirms that she's both mean-spirited and ridiculously awesome at the same time. What? So Sakura won't be coming here for a while? Yeah, that's what's going on. Why don't you do your parents a favor and go home once in a while for a change? Gramps was complaining about his daughter neglecting him. Leave Dad out of this. He's not gonna die or anything, whether I'm there or not. And with Sakura gone, I have to be even more vigilant. You're still a boy, so if anything fishy happens here, I'll be the one who gets in trouble, and even loses her job. If that happens, are you going to take responsibility, Shiro? That'll never happen. Sadly, since I'm a man, I can't really confidently deny that. Emiya, why don't you just stop? She glares. Tosaka's eyes bore into me from one side. I don't think anything would happen. Tosaka's not staying here for fun, you know. I sure know that. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Sounds like Emiya is trustworthy, Miss Fujimura. Of course. Even from my point of view, Shiro is really composed. So much so, he might be overdoing it. Saber continues to eat in silence as she observes the two interacting. It's been 2 days, but I don't think I'll ever get used to this. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Shiro. It's about the Kyudo Club. Did you hear Mitsuzuri got hurt? Mitsuzuri? Did she pick a fight with someone in another club again? Honestly, she really needs to calm down. She's going to be a third year soon. So how's she doing? Is she hurt bad? No, she's fine. She just sprained her ankle. She was apparently attacked by some shady guy on her way home. You know she runs fast. She made a mad dash, but it sounds like she fell and got hurt. I see. I'm glad nothing bad happened. But honestly, whoever tried to attack her is either a real daredevil or they're just reckless. Sorry, I keep doing that. Either way, they were a fool. I just thought... You thought she would have knocked the culprit out rather than run. Fujine grins. Yep, she sure knows Ayako Mitsuzuri well. Yeah, it's rare for Mitsuzuri to run away. But I guess she's not so tough against thieves. I suppose things worked out for the best. Something like that will probably teach her a thing or two about being feminine. I munch on my rice, nodding approvingly. Hey, Emiya. Suddenly, Green Tosaka slaps my shoulder, smiling at me. I have some news for you. Huh? What? Doubt it'll be more interesting than what I just heard. Yeah, I never mentioned this before, but Ayako and I are real good friends. Did you know we're close enough that we hang out on the weekends? Wait. Why are she and Mitsuzuri friends? Come again? Oh, don't worry. I'm going to make sure I tell her every single word you just said. I'm sure if I tell her how happy Emiya was when he heard about her predicament, why, I bet she'll break 10 stacks of tiles from sheer delight. That doesn't sound very delightful. I would like to amend my statement. See, it was just a figure of speech. It's not something I'd be proud if people heard, so I would really appreciate it if you kept it to yourself. Oh, really? Well, I could keep quiet about it, but it would be really hard for me to do that unless there was maybe something in it for me. I might just accidentally slip up, you know. I can't believe this. Sure, you sound sincere, but I'm not buying it. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. I'm not playing around here. Yeah, there's no misunderstanding here. She's enjoying this. Got it. I'll start making Western-style breakfasts from now on. You said it earlier. You mentioned that breakfast should have bread. Good. And I think some jams, apart from marmalade, would be nice. Like strawberry jam. I don't know what you have against Japanese breakfast, you foreigner wannabe. I can't believe you would so radically change your breakfast just to suit your needs, you tyrant. That's my trigger word. You can't say that about her. It'll set me off. That is not entirely true. I would also be pleased to have bread served at breakfast. Soft-boiled eggs would also be an excellent addition. Yeah. Saber jumps right into the discussion. Is that so? Fine. You all just want Western-style food, damn it. Sakura makes a Western-style breakfast one time and it goes right to your heads. Fine then, I'll serve bread for tomorrow, so no more complaints, right? So what was said here, stays here. Don't you dare blab about this to Mitsuzuri. I huff and shove rice into my mouth without looking at either of them. And then... Why would you be doing something so pointless? Fujine, who had been watching our conversation with a look of wonderment, finally speaks up. What do you mean, pointless? Even if Tosaka isn't going to say anything, I am going to tell Mitsuzuri anyway. No way I would pass up talking about something so interesting. Fujine shakes her head disapprovingly as she eats. Actually, I need to think of a way to deal with her, or I'm really in trouble. Breakfast ends and it's 7:30. Fujine surprisingly stays back and suggests that the three of us walk to school. But we can't do that. I made a decision last night. Now that I've said I won't rely on Saber, I can't afford to take it easy anymore. Here we go. Then let's go. Did you lock up, Shiro? No, don't worry about locking up. I'm not going to school today. I wave Fujine and Tosaka off. Fujine freezes, stupefied, for just a few seconds. What? What do you mean you're not going to school? Tosaka beat Fujine to the chase. That's right. You don't look sick enough to miss school today, Shiro. No, my scar hurts. You know how scars hurt when the weather changes? It's like that. You're lying, Shiro. Yeah, but let me off the hook just for today. Fujine, it's not that I don't like school. There's something I have to do, and it's just more important right now. So let me go.
だからさ、それで許してくれないか。
もう
Oh, come
そ
on.
んな言い方され
Don't
たら
respond if
私
you're
の
going to
負
put
け
it
じゃ
like
ない。
that. You always were cagey when you had something really important to take
いつも
care
そう
of.
なんだもん。昔っからそうだよね。
Fujine's complaining, but at least she understands.
そういうわけだ。
So there it
学
is.
校の方は父さ
I'll
ん
leave the school to you, Tosaka.
そう。
Okay.
まあ、エミヤ君がいよう
I'm
が
not
い
just
な
going
かろ
to
うが
change just
こっ
because
ちに
you're
は
not
支障
there.
はないし。
It's not a bad
確
idea,
かに
Anya.
悪くない選択よ、それ。
なあ、留守
Yeah,
は任せ
leave
て
the
くれ。
house to me.
し
I'm
ばら
not
く
going
は
to
バイ
work
ト
for a
も休
while
むから
either, so I won't be
家
leaving
は
the
そう
house
開け
much.
ないよ。
わかった。それじゃあ
Got
行ってくるね。
Then I'm heading out, Shiro.
怪我で学校を
If
休
you're
む
going
ん
to
だから
skip school
あんま
because
り
you're
外に
hurt,
出
you
ちゃ
should
ダメ
leave
よ
the house. You shouldn't leave the house much.
それじゃあね。
Well,
今回
see
はい
you.
いけど
I'm giving
次
you a
から
pass
事前に
today,
相
but you're
談
going
し
to
て
have to
ね
discuss
こう
this
いう
with me
ことは
beforehand next time. Tosca's being awfully authoritative.
さて、雑巾がけぐらいしとかないとな。
I should probably clean the floors. I told Saber to meet me here a little later. I always just do the bare minimum of cleaning in here. It's been years since I sparred with anyone in this place. It'd probably be rude to do to both the dojo and Saber if I don't clean up a little.
しかしあれだな。
But honestly, I don't know what she's
剣
going
の
to
修
do
行
for
って言っ
sword
ても
training.
何をやらされるのやら。
I've sparred using a shinai with Kiritsugu many times, but Kiritsugu and I never really cared about proper form. It was more like a couple of amateurs beating each other up. I've never really had any plans to practice kendo seriously, and I was really only taught how to fight opponents wielding a sword.
そもそも
I
道
was
具を
never
使っ
keen
て
on
喧
using
嘩するの
tools
は
in a
苦
fight.
手だったな。
My interest was always
作
making
っ
and
たり
fixing
直
them.
したりする方にしか関心がないんだから。
In that sense, this might be the first time for me to learn proper swordsmanship in any serious sense. Saber's swordsmanship is different than kendo, but I'm sure there are some things in common, and I don't think they're so different I won't be able to keep up. I hear the door open. Saber arrives precisely on time. That works out well, since I've just finished cleaning.
待たせたな。
Sorry I
今日
made
か
you
ら
wait.
ここで手ほどき
I
をし
was
てもらう
thinking
わ
of
けだ
having
け
you
ど。
teach me here.
どうかしました
Yes?
か
Is
シロ
something the matter, Shiro?
何か意外
You
な
look
ものを
like
見
you've
る
just
ような
seen
顔
something
をしています
unusual.
あいや
Oh, it's
セ
nothing.
イバーの服が
I was just
そのままだっ
surprised
た
that you're
か
still
ら
in the same clothes. I thought you were going to wear your other outfit.
あっちの格好で来るのかと思ってたから。
We're training with swords, so I immediately thought of Saber in her armor, since that's what she always wears when she's fighting.
はあ 武装してい
If
る
you
方が
prefer
い
me
いというの
armored,
で
I
し
can
たら着
change.
替えますが
You are right. I was
そ
not
うです
thinking.
ね私がどうかしていましたたとえ試合とはいえ
Even should we only be practicing, I am disrespecting you by not wearing my armor.
申し訳あ
My
りません
apologies. I will change
すぐ
right
に着
away.
替えてきます
あいや
Oh,
別にそういうわけ
that's
じゃ
not what I mean.
ただ
I
の
just
思い違い
misunderstood.
だから
It's fine.
いいんだ
I
俺も
actually
どっちかという
prefer you in
と
this outfit to your armor.
鎧姿より今の方がいい。
はですが
Are
こ
you
の
not
服
saying
装
my
では
outfit is
白の気が
unsatisfactory?
済まないのではないのですか
気が済まないって
Unsatisfactory. I mean, you don't look like you're dressed for a bout right now, but it shouldn't matter as long as you're comfortable.
セイバー
Wearing
が
armor
動き
all
やすい
day
っ
will
ていう
just
なら
tire you
問
out.
題ないだろう。昼間から鎧を
それはそうですが
That may be true,
この
but
服装で
don't you
剣
think
を
this
振
is
る
an
うのはおかし
inappropriate
くは
look
な
for
いでしょう
wielding a
か
sword?
なんでさ
Why would you think that?
似合ってるん
It's
だ
not
から
weird,
お
you
か
look
しく
good.
なんかないぞ。俺
I
セイバ
think
ー
you
は
look better
鎧
right now
姿
than
よ
you
り
do in your
今の
armor.
方がいいと思う。
Laying it on a little thick there, aren't you, Shiro?
理解しかね
I
ま
do
す
not quite understand.
この服装は
This
確か
outfit
に
is
気軽な
certainly
の
easy
で
to
すが
move in, but it
戦
is
闘
ill
に
suited
は
for
耐えられない
combat.
でしょう
I believe this is
セーバ
quite
ー
an
としては
inadequate
不向き
look
な
for a
姿だと
saber.
思うのですが
その格好で戦う
Don't you
の
dare
が
wear that outfit in a fight, dummy. You're a girl, Saber. Girls look good in
女の子
outfits
に
like
は
this,
そ
so
うい
it's
う服
fine.
のが似合うんだからそれでいいんだ。
And then, I return the rag I'd been cleaning with to the bucket, and I bring back two shinai that had been leaning against the wall.
さて
So, what are you planning for training, Saber? I'm leaving everything to you to decide, so tell me anything, no matter how absurd it might be. I toss her the bamboo sword. Saber seems distracted as she catches the shinai and stares at me quietly. Huh? Is there a problem with bamboo swords? But don't tell me you want to use wooden, or even real blades. She's really a tough instructor. This is beyond anything I imagined. Oh, no, that's not it. These are certainly excellent mock swords for practice sessions, so let us use them. Saber draws in a deep breath, and goes right back to being the normal Saber as I know her. That's a relief. It'd be too noisy to spar with wooden swords. So, what are we going to do? Are you going to make me strengthen my body by swinging the sword 500 times, or run laps? That will not be necessary. From what I've observed, your athletic abilities are above average. If we intend to further fortify your body, it would take more than a day or two. You may be unskilled as a mage, but you are not bad as a warrior. You must have trained hard from a young age. Well, that's all I was really good at. You don't have to be talented in magecraft to work out physically. That must have worked in your favor. One of the reasons you survived Lancer's attack must be that very training. But it will not be enough for you to defend yourself. Humans are bound by limitations. Your body has not yet reached its limit, and breaking through that limit would be difficult. That is why I will be teaching you only one thing: how to fight. What do you mean, just fight? Based on your tone, it doesn't sound like you'll teach me how to fight. Of course not. The techniques employed in battle cannot be learned overnight. All I can do is make certain master experiences as many battles as possible. I am not a skilled teacher, so I am baffled that you would seek my guidance. So basically, she's going to teach him how to fight by straight up fighting him. And he's got to figure it out. Hello? Having her sound so proud about that makes it a bit awkward for me as her student. So we're just going to have a bunch of matches? Yes, that is all, Master. We shall not soften our blows. We will fight as if we mean to kill each other. Well, you will understand that after perhaps an hour. Saber readies herself, gently gripping her shinai. Huh? I tilt my head, wondering what she means, but I also grip my shinai as Saber does. In that instant, my vision goes black. Gilgamesh, I hate to break it to you, but you're almost 50 minutes late. And no amount of pouting is going to change that. Tee. Thank you for checking in. A servant is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. A chatter is never late. They always arrive on time. And they always leave on time too, whether that's the end of stream or 5 minutes after they got here. I always appreciate you guys stopping in. And even if I don't think I don't, even if I joke about it. Saber's teaching me one very simple lesson. no matter what I do, no matter what strategy I come up with, none of it will change the outcome of a fight against someone I just don't have a chance of beating. Ouch. That hurt. It's definitely broken.
本当に折れてるって間違いなく。
If it were broken, your arm would look far worse. It may be a bad bruise, but you will recover soon.
今の指導ならじきに回復するでしょう。
そうだ。
Okay,
よし。
then let's keep going.
もう少し続けるか。
まだ続けるので
Do
す
you
か？
intend to continue, Shiro?
確かにうち
It
に
may
で
be a
はありま
bruise,
す
but
が、
you should not move again
す
so
ぐに
quickly.
動いていいものではありません。
容赦なく
Says
人
the
の
person
上
who
に
didn't
打ち込んで
hesitate
き
to
て。
charge at my arm.
いいぜ。
Fine.
セイバーが乗
If
り
you
気
don't
じゃない
feel
な
like it, I'll use this opportunity. I got her. Nope. Obviously.
人の話を聞いてくだ
Please
さい。
listen to me. You are obviously fatigued. You must rest, or all our training will be in
そんな
vain.
体ではせっかくの修練も無駄になるのですから休憩を入れるべきです。
いや、で
And
も
it's disgraceful for you to beat me so badly when you're so obviously taking it easy on me.
話っていうのは情けない。せめて人た
If I
ち。
can't even get to you so much as if I can't even get you to so much as raise a brow, I'll be too frustrated to even collapse.
驚くというのでしたら
If you want me to be surprised, I am plenty surprised. I knew you were stubborn, but I entirely failed to
まさか
anticipate
こ
the
れほ
extent.
どとは思っていなかった。
悪かったな。
Well, sorry about
本能
that.
的に負けず
I
嫌い
hate
なんだ
losing.
俺。
ええ。それは
Yes,
嫌と
you
いう
have
ほど思い
demonstrated
知り
that
ま
many
したの
times,
で
so you
結構
needn't
で
say
す。
so. We will be taking a break, so please put your bamboo
シロ
sword
も竹
down.
刀を置いてください。床も汗で
The
滑り
floor
や
is
すくなって
slippery
いる
with。sweat. We're not trying to carry out mock battles in extreme situations, so there is no point in carrying on while we are exhausted and
な
on
どという
unstable
状態
footing.
では意味がありません。
なんでさ。
Why not? I thought combat training was supposed to simulate worst-case scenarios. If not,
なら。
それこそ無意味です。
that is even more pointless.
いいですか、シロ。
Listen, Shiro. If you say you are going to fight against a servant, doing so will be pointless unless you are in peak condition, have the best footing, and a prepared path of
と
retreat.
いう状況以外での戦闘は無意味です。あなたは
Unless the
全てが充
conditions are
実した状
perfect,
態で
you will
な
not
け
be
れ
able
ば
to fight against the
サーバント
servant.
と戦いにさえ
Your
ならない。
desire to fight while you are in the worst
最悪の
possible
状態
state
で
is
戦うと
foolish
い
in
う時点
itself.
であなたは選択を間違えているのです。
She makes a damn good point.
つまりこういう状態で
So
は。
what you're saying is that I shouldn't even bother trying to fight in situations like this?
そういうことです。
Exactly.
そうなって
In
は
a situation like this, there is no
どのような奇跡
miracle which would save
シ
you,
ロを
Shiro.
救いはしないでしょう。あなたの戦い
Your
は
best way to fight should be
ま
to
ず
fully
自身を
prepare
内面に
yourself,
し
then pursue the
的
best
確な
course
状
of
況を
action
模
in
索
a
する
given
ことから始
situation.
まるのです。
Only fight under ideal fighting conditions.
納得。
Got it.
それじゃ。
Then
申し訳ないけ
I'd
ど
like to take a break.
休ませてくれ。
I slump against the wall and slowly slide down to the floor. I exhale. Air should be what I feel coming from my lungs, but instead there's only heat. Ouch. While my body's throbbing with pain, I glance toward the clock on the wall. It's a little past 11 o'clock. We started around 9, so we've been sparring for about 2 hours. During the first hour, I was just getting beaten up. Saber struck suddenly, then I blacked out. I woke up, thinking I would be more careful, and then just got knocked right back out. After getting beaten up repeatedly, my body seemed to get used to it, or maybe my anger just triggered some latent power, but eventually I did manage to block the first blow. The problem came after that. Ooh, excuse me, big yawn. Here's a thought. Would humans dare to, or even be able to fight back against an opponent who is so much stronger and more skilled? You Oni. The answer was no, because I blacked out the instant I flinched. After that, it was just a repeated show of a cat cornering a rat. If, no matter how hard I tried to block the attack, I was just going to fall, mortally wounded, then I had no choice but to attack in desperation. Of course, she deflected my attacks easily and knocked me out, but as I got used to it, I started getting enough time and awareness to intuit that the next attack would kill me, so I had just enough time to think to myself, oh crap. I guess in a general sense, I was getting into the swing of things. So after that, I went on the defensive. My intuition kept screaming that the next attack would knock me out, so I tried to avoid it like any living thing would. I managed to parry Saber's Shinai attacks as they rained down upon me, and while I waited for an opening to counterattack, she struck a fatal blow. I managed to stand up and think that next time I'd last longer, then think maybe I should just go on the offensive before she can strike, since I couldn't hold out anyway. And that went on for 2 hours. I'm not sure this is going to make me stronger, but I do think it's helping me get used to the fighting. Practice so I'm neither confused nor too calm in the face of an enemy. All I'm doing is teaching myself that I'm a single mistake away from death. But if you asked me if I thought this was meaningless, I'd say no. With no effective weapon to use, the feeling of constantly being on edge is the most important thing I have. A job well done. Are you hurt anywhere, Shiro? The next thing I know, Saber's right next to me. I'm so exhausted, I'm dripping sweat all over the floor. Saber isn't even breathing hard. It'd be hard to find anywhere that doesn't hurt at this point. You really didn't hold back, Saber. It actually felt extraordinary having you just come at me without even having a chance of defending myself. I have to admit, I'm saying that entirely because I'm a sore loser. Yes, I did try to bring myself down to your level, but I also tried to show you no mercy. No real battle will ever involve making things easy for you. Yeah, thanks to this training, I think I can finally deal with a Doberman running at me with a leash off. And then again, I wouldn't be good enough yet if it's just a Doberman, so I'll still need more training. In a moment of honest reflection, I've always thought that I trained myself more than the average person, but now I'm ashamed for throwing in the towel after just 2 hours of sparring with Saber. Listen, Shiro, it's not about the amount of time you spend in the gym, it's about what you learn while you're there. That's the important part. That is not true. Your attacks were all quite powerful. I was so enthused by your efforts that I forgot to strike back at times. Oh. I'm suddenly embarrassed again. For a while, we'd just been two people sparring with our Shinai, with no thought being given to a man and a woman, but now she's caught me off guard. Hold on. I'm going to go drink some water. Water? I'll fetch you some. Please, stay here and rest. Saber goes to get some water. That was a close one. Close. What was so close? I drink the water Saber brings me. It must still be break time, as Saber's sitting formally in a kneeling position. Saber is so beautiful when she does that kind of thing. I'm not saying that as a man finding a woman attractive, but because I find her beautiful as a human being. It's still strange to think that she is Saber, a servant, and someone dedicated to fighting. Right now, there's only me and Saber. This might be a good opportunity for me to strike up a conversation, so I'll ask. Ooh, we've got a choice. This might be a good opportunity for me to strike up a conversation, so I'll ask the reason to fight I want to know why she seeks the Holy Grail. I want to know more about Saber before she became a servant. Or I need a trump card. It'd be nice to have some sort of secret blade technique or something. All of these are pretty good questions. I don't know which one I would prefer to ask. Probably one of the first two, though. Well, she won't tell us her true name, so she probably won't talk much about her past. Why does she want to fight so much? I might be able to understand her convictions a little more if I find out why she wants the Holy Grail. But can I really ask her that?
Saber,
can I ask you something? Yes. What is it, Shiro? Well, there's something I forgot to ask. You're lending me your power because you want the Holy Grail, right? So, what is your wish for the Holy Grail? Why I seek the Holy Grail? Will you be satisfied if I simply tell you that I want it? The Holy Grail is an omnipotent vessel. There is no wish that cannot be granted once you obtain it. One should hardly need a reason for seeking such a thing. No, that's not what I'm asking. Saber, you're dodging the question. Shiro, that's... I'm not asking why you're seeking it. I want to know the wish you want granted. But if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. Wishes aren't always something to be shared. Saber closes her mouth, embarrassed. I'm not surprised. Saber didn't form a contract with me to help me. Masters are the only ones who could obtain the Holy Grail, so she's only here to assist with that. And that's why she was hesitant to tell me her wish. But most of all, I don't want to hear her tell me about her selfish wish. So I shouldn't have asked. Besides, it's disrespectful for someone without a clear wish to ask about someone else's wish. I was going to say this now, but thinking about it, most masters are dumb. What makes you say that? I mean, I'm not going to necessarily disagree with you, but what makes you say that? Hands are itchy. I got dry skin because of the cold. Gilgamesh? I hope you're typing. It's going to be really awkward if I'm just sitting here in silence. They don't use their heads at all and try to figure out who the servant is. I think most of the other masters have an inkling of who their servant is because they use traditionally they use a relic, right? So like take Fate Apocrypha for example. The when Mordred was summoned, it was through a piece of the round table. So theoretically, that piece of the round table being used as a relic, being used as a medium to summon the servant, could have summoned anyone associated with the round table, including King Arthur. Not their the opposing ones. Well, I mean that's kind of. I mean that's like a whole shtick. That's like a whole thing. Is that the servants don't reveal their names and they try not to use their noble phantasms because they would give them away. like it's I don't think it's that they're not using their heads. I think they're just like they don't have as much information as we do as the observer of the story. Like we can't, even if we were to see the fights and stuff through their eyes, we might not be able to physically in universe. We might not be able to gather enough information to draw any conclusions. Even when Lancer was fighting Archer, he called him Saber first because he was using swords, so he had to assume that he was Saber. And then he encountered actual Saber, and he didn't really know what to make of her exactly, because he couldn't see her weapon either. So it's very, very diluted information, and very, very small amounts of it. And Archer is a wild card, but that's not like the point is, even if it was someone that he would be able to figure out, like how would he be able to? Granted, that's from the perspective of Lancer as a servant rather than Lancer's master as a master. I don't know. There's a lot of layers, I guess. I do think that they probably don't put as much effort into it as they should. They just kind of rely on their own power to trump everything else. Anyway, we should have ads coming up any second now, so we are gonna take a break. And I'm gonna step away for a moment to go pee. So I'll be right back. I have returned with a slice of pizza. Hi, Clay. Sorry, was out for a moment. Yeah, I meant to be out for just a second. It was a little bit longer than that. Look at Ku, he uses a spear. You know you're fighting a legendary hero, and masters who have seen the spear have said it radiates bloodlust. That narrows it down a good bit for potential foes. Because not many spears are said to have bloodlust. I guess that's true, but then it'll also kind of depend on how many legends you're privy to. Because even if you have studied mythology and you know a lot of these ancient figures, whether they were real or historical, the real historical figures or mythological figures or in cases like Edmond Dante's, straight up fictional. Uh, it'll depend. It'll depend on which is at the front of your mind. You know, like you might not make the connection, even with all the evidence. You might not make the connection until it's too late. Which is me making excuses, of course, but you know. Well, I feel like Ryder with the blindfold could be almost any highly skilled warrior. There are plenty of stories of like the blind master is like a trope. So like, and I can't exactly name an example, but there are so many characters that are based on that as a trope that surely there is at least one major example. So you might guess whoever that warrior might be before you might guess, oh, it has to do with their eyes cursing something. Damn, it's something major. Not really. We were just kind of chatting about how silly it is that masters don't recognize their opponent's servants. Because, I mean, depending on how much information you're able to gather, it should be relatively easy. But kind of playing devil's advocate over here. Little details often miss the snake-shaped mark on her forehead. True, although I never did see it as a snake. I always just thought it was a scribble or a rune or something. I was like, I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's a snake. I'm just gonna stuff this pizza in my face. Don't worry about it. See, that's what I was saying, was that even if you are a master and you know about the Holy Grail, where you might go out of your way to study like foreign mythologies and stuff, even then it might just happen to be someone that you have no idea who it is. Hello. That's embarrassing. Hi, hello, Mittens. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. I'm currently stuffing my face. This is. Hold on. Excuse me, that was very rude of me. I'm so sorry. Hello, welcome. Welcome to Mythos Mondays on Friday. Thank you so much for the Ravens. Raiders, if you don't know me, my name is Conla Redleaf, aka Conla the Kingslayer, the Wandering Wolf Boy Warrior. Awoo! Today, it's not Monday, but we're still doing Mythos Monday because I was not here on Monday. I had some stuff going on. I ended up having to cancel stream. So we're doing Fate Fridays, where we read through visual novels. In this case, Fate Stay Night. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We are on day 7 of the Fate route. If you don't want to be spoiled, I do not mind if you go. If you need to raid and run, don't sweat it. If you gotta go grab some food or get some rest or whatever. Mittens, thank you again for the raid. Let me get you shout out real quick. I don't know if my mod is still lurking or not. I like to do it myself anyway. Thanks again, Mittens, and if you guys are sticking around, I hope you enjoy the story. I'm gonna finish this slice of pizza really quick, and then we're gonna jump back into it. Okay? I haven't had a whole lot of food today. I've been very busy. I've been busier today than I am most like weeks. it was. I'm surprised I'm still as energized as I am, actually. Mm-hmm. It is. It is like oven pizza, not takeout, but it's stuffed crust. Conla, what? Conla, what? What? What did I do? All pizza's good. True. Hell yeah, that's true. Even, this might be controversial, but even pineapple pizza is pretty good. I was a denier for the longest time, and then I finally tried it, and I was like, you know what, this is not as bad as I expected it to be. I can deny it no longer. It's all right. Yes, everyone hydrate, stretch, and eat. Very important. I ate as much as I could today, but I did not have very much time in between doing things to eat. So I kind of have to, kind of gotta lean on stream time a little bit. So I appreciate your patience. I really don't like eating on stream, but I do need to take care of myself, you know. Now that's a hot take. Cooked pineapple in any form tastes bad. That's a pretty hot take. Because I've had like, was like just a roast ham, I guess, with like the pineapple and cherry thing, and that's, you know, that's good. That's like a well-rounded flavor extravaganza. That's a hot take. Oh, there's a lot of like tropical fruits that are kind of meaty, I guess. Pineapple being one of them. A lot of tropical fruits that are fruits that people will like bake or otherwise cook, and that's just like, you just do that. You'll like you could throw pineapple chunks on a skewer on like, and make a kebab out of them. You could just do that. And of course, I would never flame anybody for not liking something, because taste is incredibly subjective when it comes to art or food or music or whatever, especially comedy, I hear. But like, I might make fun of you if you make a weird suggestion. Like mustard on pizza. Has anybody had mustard on pizza? My brother still does that sometimes to this day, which is just like, we tried it when we were kids because I think it was a bit in like Teen Titans or something, some cartoon we watched. But so we all tried it, but I tried it once and I went, yeah, no, this ain't it. This is not good. But my brother still does it sometimes, not all the time, but just, yeah, right. It just seems strange to me. Not a fan of mustard. Yeah, and that's totally understandable that you would not be a fan of mustard. Totally, totally get it. Mustard and cheese usually go well together. I've never really heard that. I don't have that many different meals with pineapple, but in all I've tried, it was just way worse than uncooked pineapple. Yeah, I could see. Yeah, that's. I mean, I guess that's fair. If I think of pineapple, I think of just like raw pineapple chunks. So I don't. My immediate thought of pineapple is not to cook it. Okay, I finished my pizza. Everybody got your snacks. You got your hot cocoa. You got your whatever you got. We're gonna jump back into it. Yeah, pineapple rings. I think pineapple chunks, pineapple rings. Yeah, you got it. And away we go.
シロ、それはマ
I
スター
wasn't
としての
expecting
命
such
令です
dramatic
か？
music. Shiro, are you commanding me as my master? That catches me off guard. Saber turns to look at me, her gaze as serious as her tone. No, I'm not. I didn't mean it that way. I was just curious. Sorry for asking such a dumb question.
つまらないことを聞いてすまなかった。
いえ、
No.
確かにサーバ
As
ン
a
ト
servant,
として
I do not need to disclose. I do need to
こ
disclose
の
my
まま望みを
desires to
口
my
にしてお
master.
かねばなりません。シロ、
Shiro, I seek the Holy Grail to fulfill a certain obligation.
ある責務を果
I
たしたい
desire
で
the
す。
Holy Grail's power to fulfill the
私は
responsibility I failed to
生
see
前に
through
果
to
た
the
せな
end
かった
in
責
my
任を果
lifetime.
たすため、 聖杯の力を欲している。
She looks straight at me. I see no deceit in her eyes.
責任を
Fulfill an obligation?
生
When
前
you
で
say lifetime, do you mean before you became a servant?
はい。
Yes.
ですが
In all honesty, I am uncertain of my own intentions.
私はただ
Perhaps I only desire
や
to
り
do
直
things
しを
over.
したいだけなのかもしれません。
Saber looks down quietly. For a moment, she looks like a lost child seeking repentance.
そうか。
Okay,
と
I'm
もか
actually
く
relieved.
それで安心した。セイバーがさ、
I was worried you were going to say something Tosaka would say, like world domination.
なんて言い出したらどうしようかって心配したぞ。
リンが聞い
Rin
た
would
ら
be
怒り
angry
ま
if
す
she heard
ね。
that.
彼女はそういうことを
But she is not
口に
the
す
type
る
to say
人
such a
間
thing.
ではありません。
She may use the Holy Grail for
彼女
herself,
ならば
but her
聖
wish
杯
would
を
certainly
自
not
分の
bring
ためだけ
chaos
に
upon
使
the
うでしょ
world.
うが、それは決して世を混乱に陥れるものではないでしょう。
そうか？
You think so?
俺は違った意味で
I still think she
あいつに
probably
だけは
shouldn't be
聖
the
杯
one
を
to
渡しちゃ
get
い
the
かん
Holy
と思っ
Grail.
てるな。
I nod to myself. All the while, Saber watches me, her expression gentle. This conversation ends here. I should never have brought this up. The mood between the two of us eases thanks to the mention of Tosaka, and I decided it'd be best not to pry. But the ache in my heart still remains. Even though I was relieved to know Saber's wish was not a materialistic one, I felt there was still something amiss with it. Imagine not calling it Fate Friday. See, that's what I said! But I didn't want to... You know... It's fine. Don't worry about it. We've called it Fate Friday before, but... It's Mythos Monday on Friday. Just don't worry about it. Anyway, now that we've talked a bit, my body's cooled down, so we should get back to training.
セイバー、始めよう。
Saber, let's go again.
休憩はもう
I've
いい
had
よ
a。chance to rest.
そうなのですか？
Are you sure?
見たところ、
You do seem to
体
have
の
cooled
熱は下
down,
がった
but
よ
you
うです
also
が
appear to be in pain.
痛みの方はまだ収まっていないでしょう。
It's Fronde. Can't stay long. I'm at work, but have a good stream. Go work. Don't worry about me. Thanks for checking in, though. Everybody wish Tobias a good day at work.
構わないよ、そんなの。ただの内身なんだから。
It's fine.
多少の
Just
痛みは
bruises so I can deal with it.
今の俺は
Besides, I'm healing you automatically now anyway.
しかし、それで悪化しては
But
単
if
に
it
の意
gets
味が
worse,
ない
this。training will be pointless.
もうしばらくは
I believe we
様子
should
を見
wait
るべき
longer
だ
and
と
see.
思いますが。
いいから、いいから。
It's fine.
遠坂が
I
帰
want
っ
to
てく
do
る
more
までに
before
やっとき
Tosaka
たいん
comes
だ。
home. I wouldn't want her seeing me in this state.
こんな姿見せられないだろ。
わ
I
かりました。
understand. It would not do to have Rin, who will eventually become our enemy,
白
learn
の
about
腕
your
前を知ら
abilities.
れるのはよくありませんね。多少無茶とは思いますが、
Reckless though it may be,
そういう
I
ことで
suppose
した
we
ら
should pick up the
ペー
pace a
スを
bit.
上げていきましょう。
Saber picks her shinai up from the floor. But then, a really out-of-place sound echoes through the dojo.
セイバ
I think her stomach is growling.
空腹のようです。
It seems
単
I'm
位の
hungry.
夢中で気がつき
I
ま
had
せ
not
んでした。
noticed, engrossed in our training as I was.
ー。あ
Oh, yeah.
あ、そうい
Now
え
that
ば
you
もう
mention it,
昼
it's
か。
lunchtime. I can't blame her for her stomach growling. I'm not that hungry yet, but if Saber is, we should have lunch. And if during that time I heal more, that's even better.
いや、
Hey, it's lunchtime anyway.
昼にしよ
I'll go buy some
さっさと
groceries
材料
so
買ってく
you
る
can
から
rest in the living
う。セ
room.
イバーは今で休んでいてくれ。
シロ、
Shiro,
外出す
if
る
you are
な
going
ら
out, I will
私も付
accompany
き
you.
添いますが。
大丈
I'll
夫。
be
す
fine.
ぐ近くの商
I'm
店
just
街
going to
だ。
the shopping district nearby.
真っ昼間から襲
No
い
one
か
would
かってく
attack
る
me
や
in
つはい
broad
ないし。
daylight, and you might just attract more attention if you did come with me.
本当に 険はない
sure
の
it
で
will
す
not be
ね
dangerous?
ないって
I'm sure.
すぐに
Just
帰
wait
ってくる
here.
から
I'll be right
待って
back.
てくれ
Yes, for anybody just getting here, a shinai is the bamboo sword they use in kendo. Yes. Thank you, Clay. Doubt. I don't know if I doubt that. She is like very Western. Like clearly a foreigner. She might draw a lot of attention. Then again, I think Fuyuki is known for having a certain staple amount of foreigners. Just like because of the Tozaka family. I don't know. Known for being safe during the day. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that's... yeah. True. I grab my wallet and head out. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes to get to the shopping district by bike. The bicycle I take from the garage today is Unit 2. Unit 1 is still parked in front of Ryudo Temple. Wonder if that's a very subtle Evangelion reference. I bike down the hill. I haven't gone to the shopping district midday on a weekday since I was a kid. The intersection is packed with housewives returning from midday shopping. They're coming from the neighborhood shopping center Sakura and I frequent. I finished buying a bag of groceries. Enough food to make lunch for 2 and a light snack. I don't buy anything for dinner since Tosaka's in charge of that tonight, but I do buy enough bread for 4 for tomorrow's breakfast. I don't know how to make strawberry jam, so I reach for the cheapest. Well, no, that might get some complaints. So I go for an expensive jar instead. This is really eating in my wallet. Well, how do I have to spend 1,000 yen on something so sugary? I load the groceries onto my bike as I grumble. But then, I feel someone tugging at me from behind. I turn around, wondering who it is. Standing there is a silver-haired little girl.
お前は
You're... I stumble backward, knocking over my bike. While I brace myself, the girl just looks up at me with a smile. What? I can't sense so much as a hint of animosity or murderous intent from her. To top it all off, the little girl says,
よかった
I'm glad to see you alive, big brother.
お兄ちゃん
She looks so happy. The hell? She's definitely Berserker's master. She's the master of the monster who almost tore me in half with a single blow. Not the sort of person I'd expect to just run into the shopping district in the middle of the day. It's the crazy kid, everybody run! Get out! Get out while you still can! Oh my, yeah, no, he did rip Shiro in half. Like, he definitely, like, actually killed him.
まさかここでやる気か
You're not planning to fight here, are you?
おかしなこと
Why
を
would
言
you
うん
say
だね
something silly? We're
お
not
日
supposed to
様
fight
が
while
出
it's
てい
still
るうち
light
に
out.
戦っちゃダメなんだから
The little girl pouts. She's certainly acting like the little girl she seems to be. I have no idea what she must be thinking. I can at least sense that she doesn't pose any threat, though.
お前
You're
確か
イリアスフィル・フォン・アイン
Ilias
ズ
Vil
ベル
von Einsburn.
長いからイ
You
リ
can
ア
call
で
me
いいや
Ilia for short.
それで
What's your
お
name?
兄ちゃんはなんて名前
Me?
俺は
I'm Shiro
エミヤ
Emiya.
シロウだけど
エミヤシロ
Shiro
なんか言い
Emiya?
にくい名前だね
That's
そ
a
れ
tongue twister.
俺もそんな発音で言われ
He's
る
never
の
said it
は
like
初め
that.
てだ
If it's hard to remember, just call me
覚えに
Shiro.
くかったら
That's my
シロ
first
でいい
name.
そっちが名前だ
シロウ
Shiro?
なんだ
That's easier.
思ってたより
Shiro,
簡単な名前なんだね
Yep, it has a nice ring to it.
シロウか
It's simple, but also kind of haughty at the
響
same
き合う
time.
合格ね単純だけど孤高な感じがするわ
Kinda like you. Eliasville looks at me suggestively. Suggestive of what? Suggestive of what, Shiro? This is a very important question. You can't just say that. That is a child. We're moving on. I find myself shifting my weight so I can be ready to run at an instant, purely by instinct. She is Berserker's master. If she gets it in her head, she can probably just order him to crush me, along with the florist next to me.
ああそう身構えなくてい
You
い
don't
の
have to be so
シロウ
tense, Shiro.
今日は
I left
わざわ
Berserker
ざ
at home
置いて
today.
きたの
You didn't
お
bring
兄ちゃん
Saber
だ
with
って
you
セイ
either,
バ
so
ーを
we're
連れて
even.
ないからおあいこ
Eliasville looks up at me cheerfully.
いやおあいこ
Well,
って
I'm not sure what even is the right word.
ねお話し
Hey,
よ
let's talk.
私
There's
ね
so much I wanted to
話
talk
し
to
た
you
いこと
about.
いっぱいあったんだから
The little girl tugs on my arm as if she were taking her father's hand. Wait.
いきなり何
What's
し
the
や
big
がる
idea? Is this some weird new strategy you thought up?
こいつは
何って
What do you mean?
だからお
I
話
just
し
want
た
to
よ
talk. Kids make friends and talk with them all the time,
仲
right?
良くお話しするものなんでしょ
いや
That-
それはそうな
That
ん
may
だ
be true, but that doesn't
俺
really
と
apply
お
to
前は
us.
違うだろ
We're both masters, and
マ
we've
スター
already
同士と
fought
し
each
て
other before.
一度戦った
We're
仲じゃ
actually
ないか
enemies.
むしろ敵だ敵
それは違うよ
That's
私
not
に
true.
敵なんていない
I
も
don't
ん
have any enemies.
他のマスターは
The other
ただの
masters are more
害
like
虫
pests
け
to
ど
me.
いい子
But
に
if
し
you're
てたら
good, I
シロ
might
を
let
見
you
逃
go.
してあげてもいいよ
I think that's worse than being enemies, if I'm being honest. I think this is way worse. She smiles wide as she says this.
ああもうとに
Just
かく離れろ
stay back,
お前
okay?
めちゃくちゃだぞ
What's wrong with you?
なんか
I jerk my arm to throw Eliasville's hand off. She's about to fall. She nearly falls flat on her back because of how hard I shook her
あ
off.
そいや
Oh, crap, Elia. I don't know why I did that. The next thing you know, I'm reaching for Eliasville. Her name is too long. Elia's waist and try to catch her before she falls to the ground. I lower Elia to the ground without saying a thing. Elia is silent. I don't know what to say myself, so I just stand there, looking down at Elia. Well, this is awkward. So awkward, in fact, that I'm about to just turn around and leave. But then...
何
Why?
お兄ちゃ
Do
ん
you hate me or something?
私のこと嫌いなの
I don't like... I don't like the look on her face. Little girls with murderous powers in video games. I would be so out of there. Yeah. Yeah. She asks with the same glow in her red eyes that she had when she spoke to me the other night, when she was with Berserker. A chill runs down my spine. I sensed no danger earlier, but she's just reminded me that she's still Berserker's master. If I cross her, I'm dead. I'd never be able to face Saber if I died in vain here, and everyone in the shopping district would get dragged into this as well. Yeah, That's a safe bet. Ilya is willing to use her powers anywhere.
わかった。
Fine.
話をすればいいんだろ
You just
う。
want to talk,
おとなしくす
right?
るからそ
I'll
れ
do
でいい
what
か
you want then. So,
Yeah.
will that be alright, Ilya?
そ
Yep.
れじゃ
Then let's go to the
あ
park.
公園に行こ
I
う
passed by earlier and there was
さっき
nobody
見てきたんだ
there.
けどねちょうど誰もいなかったんだ
Can we just talk about how her eyes now take up like 80% of her head, whereas in that scene a moment ago they were like very well proportioned, and now they're just big, gigantic little anime kid eyes. That's really funny to me. She just flips the switch between innocent and murderer. She's not human. Spoilers. Ilya skips off toward the park.
ほら早く
Come on, hurry! If you don't, I'll leave you behind,
急がない
Shiro.
と終わっちゃうからねシロ
And now it's a race. Oh, that was cute. The little animation, the sprite changing. That was cute. Ilya spins around as she runs through the shopping district.
あいつ
She really did go ahead without
し
me.
まったぞ
I'm more moved than I am confused. Apparently, once you promise Ilya something, she treats it as the absolute truth. And that's why she just skipped off so happily. It's also why, even though she left me behind, I don't even consider taking the opportunity to run for it. I'd already promised her I was going to talk with her, and she clearly trusts that.
なんなんだあいつ
What's with her? She sure is unstable. But then again, I haven't yet gotten to an age where I'm so cynical as to betray a little girl's trust. Empty park with no one around, not helping my panic. Yeah. This may very well be a trap, and we're just gonna waltz right into it. Ilya and I are the only two in the park, a little ways from the shopping district. Kids are in school at this hour, or maybe the park's not as popular anymore. Our conversation begins in the tense, wintry air of the park.
って話をし
So,
ろって
let's talk.
何話す
What did you want to talk about?
セイバーのこととか
Do you want to
知
know
りたい
about
の
Saber?
え
Eh?
Saber
How about
の
Saber?
ことって
Why?
どうして
だって
We're masters.
俺たちマスター
Don't
だ
you
ろ
want to get information about
敵
the
のサ
other
ーバントの
servants?
情報は知りたいと思うだろう
Oh, excuse me, my yawns are increasing in frequency and power. I might fall asleep midstream after all.
何よそんな話は嫌
I
よ
don't want to talk about that kind of
も
stuff.
っと面
I'll
白い
get bored
話
if
じ
we
ゃ
don't
ない
talk
と
about
つま
something
んない
funner.
いや
I don't really find anything in particular boring, but
ならイリアは
okay.
何が
What do
面
you
白い
think
っ
is
て言うん
fun?
だよ
そんなのわかんない
I
よ
don't know.
私
I haven't really talked to people much, so I don't know what to talk about.
だから何話していい
Does any master in this game have parents? What are the grown-ups doing? Alright, that's a good question. Let's take stock. Sakura's parents, dead. Tosaka's parents, dead. Shiro's parents, dead, including his adoptive father. Ilya's parents, oh god, Ilya's parents, dead. Oh my god, wait, wow, they're just all dead. Oh no, wait. They're all, everybody's dead. What the fuck? I never really thought about it like that. It's just a bunch of orphans fighting each other. What the hell? That's so sad. Fuck. Rin's mom is still alive? Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that, like, she had some crazy horrible trauma and was not like mentally well, but then I thought she also died after that. I don't know. There are still a couple of masters that we don't know, and I'm pretty sure their parents are probably not dead, but I can't say that for certain. Not sure if she was killed. I thought she was killed in Zero. Like I thought that happened on screen. Maybe I'm misremembering. It has been a while. Anyway, let's get back to worrying about the children. They're the ones who need our attention right now. So you brought me out here not knowing what to talk about? Didn't anyone teach you to think before you act? They didn't, did they? And from now on, you're going to be a proper, thoughtful adult. No thanks. I'll leave all that to you, Shiro. Isn't it a man's responsibility to escort a lady? I think she wants to play house. So I just have to follow you. And nobody was there to teach her anything. Don't call him a jerk, he doesn't know that. Although she did kind of relatively heavily imply it, so I don't know. She smiles and leans against my shoulder. She doesn't seem like she's being touchy-feely. If anything, it's like a small animal huddling against something to stay warm. Wait, it's kind of cute when you say it like that. Huh. Now that I'm paying more attention, she does look cold. Really, are you cold? Yeah, I am. I don't like the cold. She breathes out a puff of white mist. Though she says she doesn't like the cold, she seems enchanted by her misting breath. I see. It's a lot colder than usual today. You just have to endure the cold for now, but where did you come from? Your name sounds kind of noble or something. I'm not kind of a noble. I am a noble. I was born in an old castle owned by the Einsburn family. It was always cold and snowing, so I'm used to it being cold like this. Huh. You're born in a cold country. Shouldn't you be used to the cold then? Yes, but I just don't like it. I like warm much better. Don't you like it warm too, Shiro? Yeah, obviously. I'd rather it be warm than cold. Bad take. Bad take. SMH. Bad take. Bad. Don't throw darts at the little girl! Bad take. Cold weather's better. Cold weather's better, and I will prove it demonstrably. Cold weather is better because if you've got 10 blankets on and you're still cold, you can throw on an 11th blanket. If it's hot out and you're naked and you're still hot, there's nothing you can do. You can't peel off your skin. It's over. You just have to deal with it. Cold weather's way better than hot weather. I'm a welder, so I fully agree. Damn. Yeah, that... See, there you go. Cold weather, objectively better. I've said it before, I'll say it until the end of time. That has always been my take about cold or hot weather. Cold weather, just better. I know. That's why I like to stay inside and keep warm when it's cold out. But I like snow. It's white, and Father said it was like my hair.
様が言ってたから。
Yeah. I clapped my hands together in wonderment. Now that she's mentioned it, I realized something. I didn't know what Elia reminded me of, but if ever there was such a thing as a snow fairy, it probably looked like her.
うまいこと言うな。
Your dad's pretty
イリア
clever.
の親父さんは
Your hair is like snow,
確かに
soft and
イ
white.
リアの髪は雪みたいだ。白くてなんだか柔らかそうだし。
A little weird to say that, but it's harmless, I guess.
でしょ？この
Right?
髪はね、
I'm proud of my
イ
hair.
リアの自慢
I
な
got
ん
it
だ
from my
か
mother,
ら。
and it's the only girly thing
私
about
の
me.
中で唯一女の子らしい母様譲りの髪なんだ。
I mean, I just you are a little girl. I think everything about you is girly. You're a little and a girl. Ilya giggles joyfully. Seeing her acting this way leaves me numb. If I hadn't already seen it for myself, I'd never believe this girl could be Berserker's master.
ねえ、シロは？
What about you,
シロ
Shiro?
はお父
Did
さ
you
ん
get
から
anything from your
譲っ
dad?
てもらったものって
Don't say
あ
a
るの？
magic crest, okay?
あ、魔術刻印っていうのはなしよ。マスターとしてじゃ
I
なく
want
て、
to know what you got from your
お
dad
父
as a
さんと
son,
して
not
譲
as
っ
a
てもらっ
master.
たものだよ。
Me? I guess the last thing I got from
最
him
後
was
に
the
もらっ
house.
たのは家かな。その前は
Before that
名字
was my last name.
で
The
最
first
初
thing
に
I
もら
got
ったの
was
は
a chance at living again when I was about to die. I was the only one Kiritsugu managed to save in that fire 10 years ago.
そうだな。イ
Let's
リアみ
see.
たいな両親から受け
I
継い
didn't
だ
get any
肉体的
physical
な特
features
徴は
like
ない
you
よ。
did from your parents,
けど
but I think I
それ
got
に負
plenty
けな
of
いぐ
things
ら
that
い
were
多
just
く
as
のも
good.
のをもらってきたと思う。
Elia looks delighted, as if it were a story about her. Who wouldn't be happy seeing us smile like that?
でも、今
But
の
from what you
話だ
just
と
said, you didn't get his
シロ
magic
は魔
crest.
術刻印を受
That's
け取ら
weird.
なかったんだ。
Does that mean you're not a master?
おかしいな。じゃあ、シロはマスターじゃないの？
あ、いや、魔術刻印のない半人
Well,
前
I'm
の
an
魔術
apprentice
師だけ
mage
ど
without a magic
マスターだ
crest,
ぞ。
but I'm a master.
そういう
Now
イ
that
リ
you
アは
mention it,
その
you're
マ
a
スターなんだ
master,
から
which makes you a mage,
魔
right?
術師なんだよな。
え？私、
I'm not a
魔
mage.
術師
I'm
な
a
んかじ
master.
ゃなくて、マスターだよ。普通の魔術
I was
なん
never
か
taught
教わら
magecraft.
なかったもの。
はあ？
Huh?
あ
Then
じゃあ
you didn't
親から
inherit your
魔
parents'
術刻
magic
印を受
crest?
け取らなかったのか。そのお城を持って
But
る
I
くら
thought
い
your
の
family
名
was a
門なの。
prominent one, since you have a castle and all.
そうだけど、
That's true.
魔術
But
刻
don't you
印
need
っ
a
て
magic crest to be a
マスター
master?
になるためのも
So
のじゃ
that's why
ない
I'm
の？
a master.
だからマスターだよ、私。
Elia tilts her head in confusion. Me too. Huh? Now I'm confused too. Great, we're all confused. Thank you, Shiro. Elia's words seem off. It feels like we're each having a different conversation here.
なあ、イリア。
Hey,
一
Elia,
つ聞くけど、
let me ask something.
イリアは
Where
ど
do you
こに
live?
住んでるんだ？
It sounds like you came here just for the Holy
聖
Grail
杯戦
War.
争のため
Does
だ
that
け
mean
に
you're living in a
この町
hotel
に
right
来たみ
now?
たいだけど、それじゃあ今は
She's using
ホテル
birds
暮
or
らしとか
something? I don't remember. I do remember Berserker. Well, for starters, it'd be bad if she didn't have a guardian. Letting a child like her come to Japan on her own is just terrible parenting.
ホテル？
Hotel?
それって
Like a
別
vacation
荘のこ
villa?
と？
なあ、
Yeah,
似た
I
ような
guess
もんだ。
so.
家じゃないけど
Not a house,
泊まれ
but
るとこ
just
ろ。
somewhere you stay.
それならあるよ。
Then yes.
ほら、
Do you see that big forest over there?
あっちに森があるよね。
There's a Western-style mansion my grandfather's
お
grandfather
じい
built
様
over
の
there.
おじい様が建てた
I was
洋
told
館
that the
がある
Einsberg
の。
family's masters
ア
stayed
レ
there
ン
for
ツ
the
ベリ
Holy
ーのマ
Grail
スター
War.
はね、聖杯戦争の時はそこに住むんだって。
Oh, I thought she just lived there full time. I didn't realize. Ah. Yeah, the anime didn't really do a great job of portraying that, but then I guess it's kind of just like a detail. Not an important detail, necessarily. Ilya points west. Yeah, there's a deep forest in the mountains there. The place hasn't been developed yet.
あの森って
It takes about an hour to get to that forest by car. Did you come all the way from there alone?
イリアは
Yep,
今日は抜け出
I
してき
snuck
た
out
の。
today.
セラもリーゼリットもメイドのくせにうるさいんだも
Oh,
ん。
excuse me, I'm yawning again. Stella and Lathrop may be my maids, but they're so annoying.
せっかく日本
I
に来
came
た
all
ん
the
だ
way
か
to
ら
Japan, so I
その
think I
間
could
ぐらい
go
は
out and
外
do
に
some
出ても
things.
いいと思うの。
I may have always gotten what I wanted, but I've been shut in my room all this time, so this should be my
いつも
reward.
部屋に閉じこもってたんだからこれくらいはご褒美なの。
Huh?
部屋に閉
You
じ
were
こもっ
locked
て
up
た
in
ん
your
だ
room?
イリアがか
Yeah, I wasn't allowed outside when it snowed because it would be bad for my body. That's why I usually played in my room.
だから大抵は部屋の中で遊んでたんだ。あ、でも
But
大
I'm
丈夫
fine.
だよ。
It's not as cold here as the castle, so I'm fine by myself.
一人でも平気だもん。
Ilya beams proudly. She swings her legs back and forth, seeming to be genuinely enjoying herself. I find myself reaching into my grocery bag. I take out the dorayaki, a Japanese pancake sandwich filled with red bean paste I'd bought to give Saber, and without knowing why, I hand it to Ilya. I want to see the maids. Colin, can we go see the maids? Unfortunately, Clay, I don't think we get to see the maids in this visual novel. I do know what they look like, and I could maybe point you in the right direction, but you don't. I don't think we see them here. I don't think we see them here ever, actually. You do see them in the anime adaptations, though. At least in Unlimited Blade Works. I don't remember if you see them in Fate, you know, like in the 06 one or the Studio Dean one, or in Heaven's Feel. I'm not sure. You do see them in Unlimited Blade Works in the anime. And they might even make a cameo in Fate Zero, I don't remember. Want it? It's not the fanciest thing, but it's good.
え？
Hmm?
何
What's
それ？
this? Food?
食べ物？
I can show you where there's a torso that way and a leg over. Gilgamesh, no! Gilgamesh, wait! Wait, stop, no! No! Oh my god.
そうだよ甘いのは好きじゃないけど
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sweets, but this is the only exception.
うちは
This
親
is
子
a
と
favorite
も
tea snack my old man and I shared. Mans is here to cause chaos.
えっと
So, you're giving this to me?
やる
Yeah.
一
It's
人
not
で
as
食っ
good
て
if
も
you
う
eat
ま
it
くないから
alone, so let's eat
二
it
人で
together.
食おう
I hand her the dorayaki. Ilya hesitates, but takes the unfamiliar snack. Okay, thanks. She happily takes a bite of the dorayaki. She practically devours the thing. I nibble my dorayaki and try to stop myself from being overwhelmed by the shocking thought I just had. I don't believe myself. For reasons I simply can't understand, I just found myself thinking it'd be nice to have a little sister like her. I have similar tastes to Shiro. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
けど本当に
But, honestly, I think Ilya is too innocent. She might really be an innocent young girl who hasn't learned the difference between good and evil. Honestly, I can't even begin to imagine how a mage family raises a child. But I know without a doubt that Ilya wasn't raised in a normal environment. Tosuka may act the way she does, but she's a mage at heart. She understands the gravity of the Holy Grail War and knows that the killings between masters are murder. But this girl may have become a master without really appreciating what it means to kill people. I haven't been talking to her long, but I don't think Ilya's the sort who'd choose to kill anyone. If that's the case,
イリア
Ilya, there's something serious I want to talk with you about. But then, Ilya suddenly raises her head, as if someone's just called for her.
イリア
Ilya?
どうした
What's
Ano
wrong?
ka,
Did something
Tonka?
happen?
うん
Yeah,
もう帰
I
らな
need
い
to
と
go home.
バーサー
Berserker
カーが
woke
起きちゃ
up.
った
I don't like sweets, but also yes, blondes. Well, he doesn't just like, I mean, depending on the route, he ends up with, in order, a blonde, a brunette, and a... Sakura's hair's purple. What would that be? A violet? Would that be a violet? Huh? Huh? Anybody? Huh? Like a violet, but like a violet, like a brunette, yeah, okay. I'll just get back to streaming. Yes. Okay. See. Yeah. See. There you go. Yeah. I explained. I see. I can explain the joke. It's fine. That's bad. Oh, come on. Man. All right. Streamer, just play the game. Man. She jumps off the bench. Ilya runs out of the park without so much as a goodbye. She disappears in an instant. I go back to the house. I decide to keep quiet about meeting Ilya. This is the sort of thing I should be sharing right away, and I know it, but I don't feel like talking about it. Ilya wasn't acting like a master in the park. We talked about trivial things and casually parted ways. So I hesitate to bring up what happened today to the others. I feel bad for keeping secrets, but I don't want to think the little girl I met today is my enemy. Is Ryder available for romance? Asking for a friend. Not officially. She was. I think her and Ilya were both planned to have routes way back in the original version, but it never panned out for I think due to time reasons. But you do get a little more of Ryder in the Heaven's Feel route. You get a little more. She gets some more screen time. Sag. After lunch with Saber, we resume our training at the dojo, and next thing I know, it's time for dinner. I rest, fatigued after my training with Saber, so I take a bath to rinse the sweat off. By the time I head to the living room, dinner's ready. I'm a little moved. It's really nice to come out of the bath and find dinner ready without doing anything.
エミヤくん夕食だけど
Emiya, it's dinner time.
何よ
Why are you standing there like an idiot?
尽くして
And yet... Why does she have to ruin the moment?
なんでもない
Nothing.
夕食だろ
It's dinner, right?
ありがた
I'm
く
ready
いた
to
だ
eat.
くよ
Where's Saber?
セーバーは
I thought Saber went to your room, Shiro. You didn't see her? That's weird. She was here a second ago. Maybe you two missed each other because this place is as big as a hotel. Fine, I'll go get Saber. So you should go to the bathroom one more time. You didn't dry your hair properly. Judgy much? Oh, you're right.
悪い
Okay then,
それ
I'll
じゃ
leave
あ
Saber to
セーバー
you.
は任せた
I wave to Tosuka and step back into the hallway. As Tosuka said, the Emiya house was built with all kinds of passages and corridors. One of the most notable examples of this is the various routes to the bathroom. You can get there from my room or the living room. I head into the bathroom. I don't like to use the dryer, so I'll just use the towel I used earlier to dry my hair. Damn, Clay, you really called it. And in that moment, I forget everything that happened today.
Shiro. 二度湯のようですが、今は
I
私が使っ
suppose
て
you
いま
must
す。
be here to take another bath,
できれ
but
ば
I
遠慮
am
して
doing
も
so
らえ
at the
ると
moment.
助かるのですが。
I would appreciate if you could wait until later. I need to explain myself. I need to explain that this is all an accident, but my mind has gone completely blank. The sight in front of me is enough to erase everything that's happened today from my mind. That was a fucking sound, bro. What the fuck?
シロ、
Shiro,
湯に
were
の
you
ぼ
in
せ
the
たの
bath
です
so
か？
long that all your blood rushed to
耳
your
まで
head?
真っ赤ですが、
Even your
体
ears
を
are
冷や
bright
すの
red.
なら縁側に
If
出る
you
べ
need
き
to
です。
cool off, I suggest you head out and onto the veranda.
そうするけど、
No,
その
yeah,
前に
I'll
謝
do
らない
that.
と。
But before I do, I should apologize. I avert my gaze from Saber and try to calm my pounding heart.
これは事故なんだ。
This is an accident.
こうして出くわし
Well,
ちまった時点
actually,
で
there's
釈明の
not
余
really
地は
much
ない
room
ん
for
で。
me to explain myself now that we've
セイバー
actually
は
run into
俺
each
に
other
怒っ
like
ている。
this. So, go on, get mad at me, Saber. I try to keep my eyes averted and calm myself down at the same time. Saber thinks for a while, then says,
シロ、
Shiro,
顔を上げ
please
てく
raise
だ
your
さい。
head.
あ
I do as I'm told. Like a good dog.
なんでそ
Hey,
のまま
wait,
なんだ。
why are you still like that?
シロが謝るほどのことではあり
You
ま
have
せんか
nothing to
ら。
apologize for. I
この
wish
よ
to
うな
tell
場
you that
面
there
を
is
見た
nothing
と
for
こ
you
ろ
to
で
worry about,
気に
even
する
having
必要
seen
は
what
な
you
いと言い
have.
たいのです。
はい。
Come again?
以前にも言っ
I
た
have
でしょ
told you this before.
サーバント
Gender
にと
is
って
meaningless to servants.
性別など粗末なことだと。シロは
Seeing my
私の
body may
体
have
を見
made
て
you
慌て
panic,
ている
but
よう
as I
ですが、
said, I am a servant
私は女
before I
性
am a
がある
woman.
前にサーバントで
As
す。
such, your
です
consideration
か
is
ら、
unnecessary.
そのような気遣いは不要かと。
I don't know if the other servants necessarily agree. What? What is Saber saying? Even if Saber insists, the fact of the matter remains that she's a girl. But then again, I don't think it'd be the case, but could Saber be...
聞くけど、
Let me
着
ask you
替え中
something.
を見られても
Are you saying you're not the
恥ずかし
least
くないって言うんじ
embarrassed
ゃない
about
だろうな。
changing in front of me,
セイ
Saber?
バー。
なぜ
Why
恥じ
should I
る
be
必要
embarrassed
がある
about
の
such
で
a
す。
thing? I figured as much. It doesn't matter that Saber doesn't care, though. I really do.
悪かった。
Sorry,
とにかく
just let me
謝る。
apologize.
次にこんなこ
If
とがあ
something
ったら
like, if something like this
セイ
happens
バーの
again,
好き
you
に
can
し
do
て。
whatever you want with me. I do a quick 180 and rush awkwardly out of the dressing room. Saber stares after me oddly as I leave. We finished dinner. It was probably a typical dinner, except it didn't feel that way. I've lost my appetite since the incident in the bathroom.
寒い。
It's so cold. I'd open a window from the veranda to let the outside wind cool my head, but I need to stop. I'm going to catch a cold if I keep this up.
シロ、ここにいたの
Shiro,
ですか。
there you are.
セイバー。
Saber, did you have something?
俺になんか言おうか。
私ではなく
No,
シロ
but
に
I
あるか
thought you
と。
did. I thought Rin
いいのですか？
promised to teach you magecraft tonight.
夜はリンに魔術を教わるという約束だったはずですが。
Oh, I smacked my forehead.
すっかり
I
忘れ
completely
てた。
forgot.
さて、
Thanks.
今す
I'll
ぐ
head
行っ
over
て
there
くれ。
right away. I rush to the outbuilding and head upstairs. I knock on the door to the guest room that Tosaka has taken up occupancy in.
シロ、
Shiro,
いいわよ。
I have my
ちょっと
hands
今
full,
手
so
が離
just
せ
come
ない
on
から
in. It's
勝手
fine.
に入って。
Tosaka's voice sounds from inside the room, but she sounds a little unnerved. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Yowza. God. Oh, I hate. Oh, I can't. Oh, fuck, I hate needles. Oh, I can. Oh, man, I can't. I can barely even look at that. Shit. Fuck. Okay. Alright. And I'm over it. Okay, and I'm over it. Alright. We're good. Yeah, that caught me a little off guard. Fuck. Oh, I really don't like needles. Oh, man. Ugh. I walk in to see Tosaka, holding a jewel in one hand, a syringe in the other, and a handkerchief in her mouth.
質問していいかな
I
遠坂
have questions, Tosaka.
待って、今日の
Oh,
分はこれで終わりだから。
I hold on. I'm almost done with Hohashkaha. Almost done with something. She sticks a needle in her arm as she speaks, her mouth full. She draws blood into the syringe. Tosaka slowly drips blood from the syringe into the jewel, then grips it tightly. Wait, if you're drawing blood, do you need a tourniquet? I thought that was for when you're, like, injecting something. I don't know how it works. Anyway, we've got ads, so I guess we're just gonna pause here. Oh, no, the tourniquet is to increase your blood pressure so it's easier to find the vein. I'm an idiot. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I don't think any of the anime adaptations have ever shown this. I don't think the details of how Rin does her I don't know if the animes have ever gone into the details of how Rin does her gem magecraft or how she makes that work. But like, yeah, blood. Like fluids, bodily fluids carry magical energy. That's like a rule. All bodily fluids. Ad Time Gilga has D&D tomorrow. Very exciting, very exciting. Do tell if you're willing to catch us up on the tales of your campaign. I don't remember. I remember us chatting about it, but I don't remember the last thing that you brought up. Must have been a little while. I could go for another slice of pizza, but I won't. Not right now. You can do it without a syringe once. Stop, Clay. Stop. No, don't. Stop that. It doesn't have to be blood. That's gross. Why would you stop that? That's fucked up. After an adventure to the far plane, due to the deck of many things, we are trying to reconvene at our keep. Ah. And is it how is that going? Is that going to be like a multi-session deal trying to get back, or are you able to teleport or something magical? High level plane shift yourselves back to wherever you're supposed to be. Got out, but are on different continents. Oh, okay. That's more manageable than plane shifting, I guess. Then again, I guess it depends on who you ask. That sounds fun, actually. If you're spread out on different continents, that sounds. I mean, it sounds like hell to manage as a DM, but like being in different places spread out and trying to reconvene and trying to like get each other back together. That sounds kind of fun, actually. I don't know. I did run a Yoon, if you're still here, was actually the subject of that, but I did run a an offshoot campaign, I guess I could call it, when one of my players decided that it would be in his character to not go with the group for due to certain extenuating circumstances that had to do with his backstory and all of that. But I did end up running essentially a solo session, which was a little weird, but I think it worked out pretty well. Unfortunately, it didn't work out well for the character because he was by himself, which there's a reason you adventure in parties. But yeah, that was an interesting thing to manage. So I can imagine that separating your players across continents is definitely an interesting situation to play through. The Minotaur, me, I recall, is near my original home where I was banished by my tribe, so I want to kill them, but also get back to the others who have an axe with my name on it. Ooh, that sounds like fun. We love a little personal conflict. The rest plane shifted back to our keep. Oh, so you're the only one that's separated. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Alright. We should be back from ads. Tosaka is still drawing blood. And I imagine we're about to find out what for. He also used magic to revive a king. We'll see how long that lasts. A wave of vertigo washes over me. I can tell it's a ripple of magical energy. Even after all that, it's only at 30%. I guess I'll have to make do with just the 9 I have. He's a good king? He better be. Or else I will come for him. I will come for his head. I will come for his... I'll come for his crown. I'm taking his... I'll kill him. What up, Messi? Should I call you Messian or Valari, or should I just call you James? I don't... What's up? Tosaka slumps her shoulders in disappointment and puts the stone back into a jewelry box. Tosaka, I came here to learn from you, as promised. Messian, but I'm fine if you forget. Okay, I'll try to remember. His distant cousin, eight times removed, is another story. I will kill. Tosaka, I came here to learn from you, as promised. But before we get to that, I'm curious about what I just saw. Yes, I was waiting for you. You fortified your body with saber during the day, right? Then we need to train your mind at night. How's it going tonight? Pretty good, pretty casual. We trained with saber. We went out to buy food for lunch. We ran into Elia, but it was okay because she didn't have Berserker with her and she was just acting like a normal little girl. How old is Elia? How old is she supposed to be? She's like middle school age or something. It's like, what, 8? I don't know. I don't remember how old I was in middle school. Is she a middle schooler? No, because in Prisma Elia, she's an elementary schooler, right? She's a child. So she was just acting like a child. And then we came back, and then we saw Rin definitely not doing drugs. And now here we are. Also, we saw Saber in the bath. I got really embarrassed about it. So yeah, it's a pretty well-rounded day so far. It says she's 18 and Fate's Day. Oh. It says she's 18 and Fate's Day night. I'm pretty sure she isn't actually. I'm pretty sure she's not supposed to be. But it says that she is, so that you don't have to feel bad about it. But I do. I prefer Tosaka anyway. She's I love Tosaka. Tosaka seems happy, ready to teach. Saber said she wasn't good at teaching, but I'm guessing this will be the total opposite. Anyway. So, what should we start with? You mentioned that you can only use strengthening magecraft. Actually, before we start, I need to know, or else it's going to bother me. What the hell were you just doing? Sticking yourself with a needle is dangerous. Yeah, right, due to spoiler reasons, she isn't actually the age that she appears to be, but I think she's technically, like... I don't know if she's actually older or actually younger. Because I don't know how long she was growing, for lack of a better word. Anyway. That's kind of huge spoilers. I was just making magic bullets. My family's style of magecraft uses the flow and conversion of power. Whenever I have the time, I transfer my magical energy to other objects. Wait, what are magic bullets, and what's the point of transferring magical energy? We really gotta start with the basics out here. This is not going in... Oh, man. So she was 8 or 9 in 0. Wait, what? Really? Because that would actually make her 18. Because this is 10 years later. Maybe she is actually 18, but just, doesn't age in appearance. Or mannerisms, I guess. I don't know. Fucking, you learn something new every day. Magic bullets are exactly what they sound like. Bullets filled with magical energy. Have you ever heard stories where jewels contain human emotions and thoughts? Jewels in general can easily store magical energy, and it seems like my family has always been really well suited to the practice. Einstein magic stopped at age 10. Ugh. I don't want to think about that. I was about to bring up Sieg, but he's questionably canon at best. I don't know, we'll leave it alone. If you don't do anything for, say, a day, you wind up with an excess of magical energy. So I put that extra energy into jewels. Don't mention Z. I wasn't gonna bring up Zoken, but I was thinking about him. I repeat this for days, months, and even years, and that turns the jewels themselves into magecraft. The jewels obviously have limited capacity, and I can't control magical energy outside myself. The magical energy inside the jewels works like an ignition source to instantly activate a large-scale magecraft. So you're saying you fill these jewels with your own magical energy as a backup?
ップを取るってことか。
バックアップ
Backup? Like combat
近
support?
いけど違うっていうか
That's close, but
使い
not
捨て
quite
のリュ
right.
ックサックの中身を
It's more like
詰め
stuffing
てるだけ
something into a disposable pack.
じゃあ一時的に
So it's like you're temporarily expanding a computer hard disk.
すごいな。
That's amazing.
それなら
You'll be able to use as much magecraft as you want with that kind of skill.
ハードディスク
Hard disk?
あんたの言ってるこ
No
とは
idea
よく
what
わ
that
からない
is,
けど
but it's also not as great as you
ここまで便利なも
think.
のじゃないわよ
The moment I infuse the jewel with magical energy, the magical energy is bound by the jewel's attributes, which limits how I can use it. I didn't know that actually. Yeah? But magical energy never ceases to surprise me.
魔力っていう
I
の
didn't
は
know you could
そう
store
いう
it
ふう
like
に
that.
貯めておくこともできるものなんだ。そんな便利なことを
Why don't
なんで
other
他
mages
の
do
魔術
something
師
so
はしない
useful?
んだろう。
Yeah, I don't know if it necessarily goes for all mages, but it especially goes for Rin, that, she's very well versed in magecraft, but when it comes to any kind of, like, digital technology, completely lost. Which is hilarious, actually. The ability to store magical energy in something outside yourself is unique. Even your strengthening magecraft involves infusing your magical energy into another object too, right? Things that pass magical energy typically change, using up that magical energy. The effects of magecraft are instantaneous and never permanent. Yeah, that was a whole bit with the DVD player, right? Yeah. She did not know how to record live TV on the DVR and almost blew up the whole house. I think that was a Carnival Phantasm bit. What my family does is make it so the magical energy flows into jewels, where they become permanent objects. But other mages can do something similar to their own bodies. That's what magic crests are. A kind of backup magecraft mages possess.
魔術刻印。
Magic crests.
ああ
Oh
親
yeah,
が子供
secrets
に
that
譲る
parents
っていう
pass down to their
系の
children.
話だな。
I don't have anything like that, so I'm kind of clueless about them.
ピンとこないな。
Yeah, Berserkar, I remember that.
あんた今なんて言ったの
What did you just say?
あいや
Well,
魔術
I
刻
just
印
said
は
I don't
ない
have a
って言
magic
ったんだ
crest.
が
My old man
親
had
父は
one,
持ってた
but
みた
I
いだ
didn't
けど
inherit it.
譲られはしなかった。
Are you gonna tell her that you're adopted, or you just gonna let her get mad at you? Tosaka catches her breath, but then the next minute she seems to understand. No wonder you're such an amateur. You really started from zero, and I guess there's no helping it.
なら確かにしょうがないか。
遠坂、
Tosaka,
俺に魔術
haven't
刻
you
印がない
known
っ
I
て
don't have a magic
随
crest for a
分
long
前に
time
気が
now?
ついてたんじゃないのか。
そんなわけないでしょ。
Of course not.
知ってた
If
ら
I
一
knew,
人
I
で
would
も
never have
行
let
動
you
させ
go
な
out
か
and
った
do
わ
stuff
よ。
on your own.
そりゃ
Sure, I knew you
半
weren't
人
fully
前だなって
trained,
思
but
っ
if
て
you
た
don't
け
have a
ど
magic crest, you aren't
魔
even
術
a
刻印が
mage.
ないならそもそも魔術師じゃないじゃないシロは。
She huffs and looks at me, seeming to be complaining. But what is this? Her voice sounds almost warm, like she's a little bit relieved, like she's jealous I'm not a mage.
まあいいわ。
Well,
そういう
whatever.
ことなら
This just means I have to teach you everything from scratch.
魔
But
術
since you
刻印
know
が
that
何なの
what
かを
magic
知るって
crests
こと
are,
は
you know what a mage
魔術
is.
師ってものを知るってことだから。はい、シロはそこに座って。
Okay, sit over there, Shiro.
大事な話だから。
I need you to really pay
ちゃん
attention
と
because
腰
this
を
is
落ち着かせ
important
て
stuff.
聞くこと。
Alright, Chad. We're probably about to get a huge lesson in Magecraft. I'd like to know how many of you were here when we did Witch on the Holy Night back at the beginning of the year, because a decent chunk of it might end up being the same. I don't know if she's gonna bring up the root or any of the stuff that Aoko tried to explain to Sojuno, but I've got a feeling we're gonna be trotting similar ground. Gilgamesh was here, I remember that. Raise your hand if you were. Raise your hand if you remember what we studied back in January, because pop quiz. I can't pop quiz you guys. I don't even remember. I only remember vaguely. Hated that. What, just pop quizzes in general? Oh no, we're not gonna skip it. I was just wondering. We're probably, if you were here for that, this is probably going to be a little familiar. Is all I was going to say. We're not gonna skip it. Right here. Okay, go ahead. Oh, asking us to remember stuff from months early. Yeah. I wouldn't. I never ask someone to remember something that I don't remember myself, that's for sure. I brace myself and look straight at Tosaka. Tosaka nods approvingly, satisfied by my show of seriousness. I'll start with something simple. You already know that you need magical energy to use Magecraft. You can actually refer to anything that can activate Magecraft as magical energy. There are endless varieties of magical energy. Some may use Magecraft via their own means, while some may do it by paying a price of some sort. You at least know that, right? Yeah, we're talking about mana and Ode. Mana is magical energy that's found throughout the world, while Ode is magical energy an individual can create themselves. Yep. Good job. Let me start by explaining the types of Magecraft that use mana. I hope you guys are taking notes. Listen, mages who don't have so much history, like you, employ something that already has taken form to use magical energy. It's a method based on the long-established system of rituals using offerings to make contact with mystics. It's called formal craft, a negotiation technique where a mage prepares a compensation of sorts to make a deal because their own power is insufficient. This way, even a caster with weak magical energy can use Magecraft. They don't need to use their own magical energy because they're borrowing it from elsewhere, from mana, so the caster only has to perform a ritual. But you need knowledge to pull something like this off. You're not at the right level to do something like this. Besides, something reeking of blood probably wouldn't be your style anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do stuff like sacrifice chickens or pray for a whole night inside a magic circle. Right? Then let's move on. Excuse me. Then let's move on and talk about Ode, Magecraft that uses the mage's own power. This probably doesn't bear mentioning, but it is the basic method for using the Magecraft you and I practice. Your strengthening Magecraft only uses your own magic circuits without using anybody else's power, right? I nod. It seems she's getting into the nitty-gritty stuff now. Right. The magic circuits that function to create your own magical energy are a hereditary trait passed down through generations. Magic circuits are forged over many generations, and get more powerful as they're passed down to the next generation, and so on. The child of a mage family is already fit to use magical energy because of this. It may not be fair, but you and I had different starting points. I know that. It doesn't bother me. Keep going. I wasn't too worried about that either. But whatever. Anyway, other than magic circuits, mage families also have secret Magecrafts that they cultivate over generations. It's similar to my jewels you saw earlier. Once a certain Magecraft is mastered, a mage can physically hold that Magecraft. Do you know that feeling of getting a hold of Magecraft, even though it's typically shapeless and simply devised? I don't, but I'm guessing it's like it becomes a part of your body.
手に取れるっていうことは
ご名答
Bingo.
扱われる式という域を
Magecraft that
超え
goes
て
beyond the realm of
もはや
principle
自
and
分
becomes
自
a
身と
part
なっ
of
た
you
魔術
rather
っていうのは
than becomes
形に
then
残
becomes
せるの
tangible.
それは不安定な魔術を
It's a
確立
feat
さ
that
せ
can
る異常で
authenticate
あ
an
り
otherwise
同
unstable
時に
magecraft,
その魔術師
and
が
at the
生
same
きた
time, it
証な
becomes the
の
testimony of that mage's existence.
で魔術師
And
は
when a
死ぬ
mage
ま
is
で
on the
に
brink of death,
自分が
they
成
pass
し得
down
た
their
偉
great
業を
accomplishments
得
to
意
their
として
successor
後
in
継
the
者に
form of
譲
a
るので
crest.
す
It's
これ
their
を
way
や
of
るから
telling their
自
successor to
分
go
が成し
further,
得なかった
to
知見
places
に
they were
到達し
unable to
ろ
reach, and that
もし
their
かした
crest
ら
may be of some
わし
use
が
to them.
残した刻印が何かの役に立つかもしれんってねまあ残し
Though
た
to
方
be
も残さ
honest,
れた方も
both the one
そ
handing
んな
down the
刻印が
crest
何
and
の
the one
役にも立た
receiving
ないっ
it
て
knows
分か
it's
って
of
るん
no
だけ
help.
どさ
なんだよ
What?
それだけ
Are
す
you
ごい
saying
刻
that
印な
something
の
so
に
awesome is
何の役
useless?
にも立たないのか
立つわよ
It is
普通に
useful.
魔術師やって
An
れば
ordinary mage
刻
would
印
consider a
一つで
single
左打
crest
ち
to be
は
like
っ
a
ていうぐらい
security
役に立
blanket.
つわ
It's that helpful.
まあけど
But then again,
そ
it's
れは
like getting a
自動
car.
車をもらったようなも
No
のな
matter
の
how
よ
fast it is on the road,
どんなに
it's
地上を
never
速
going
く
to take
走
you
れ
to
て
the
も
moon.
月にはたどり着けないんだから
Huh?
いいから話の続き
Just forget that part. Let's move on.
もう分かったと思うけど
You might know this
その
already,
刻印
but
って
this
いうのが
crest is what's called a
魔術
magic
経験
crest.
その家柄の当主
The
が
head of the mage family
一生
spends
か
their
けて
entire
完成
life
させた魔
completing
術
their
を
magecraft
刻印にして
and makes
子
it
孫
into a
に譲り
crest to pass it down to their
子孫は
descendants.
さらに次
And
の
the,
魔術を
and
完
the
成させて
descendant completes another
刻印
mage
を増
craft
やし
and adds it to the
また
crest,
子孫に継
which
承
gets
する
passed down to the next descendant. The moon in that simile, I guess, would be, or simile or metaphor or whatever. The moon in question is the root, the swirl of the root of, well, the root of all things. Magic crests can assist you with magecraft, but they can't help you to discover magics and paths to the root that through which you can derive magics. It's a helpful tool for doing what mages already do, but it's not helpful in any way at getting to where mages are trying to get. It can be a difficult distinction to really grasp. Yeah, like a nexus point for all things, and all. We touched on this way back in Witch and the Holy Night, because that did deal with some real magic. All paths to the root are unique to the person who finds them. Once a path is established, no one else can follow that path. Aoko's magic blue, I believe it was called, the fifth magic, she was the fifth person to find a route to the root. And that's why she has access to that magic, and no one else has access to that magic. Because a magic is different from a magecraft. It's a very... Magecraft is like pretending it's magic. Magic is like it can do supernatural things. Very complex, this stuff.
そうして複雑さを増し
The magic crests get more complex as it passes from generation to generation, but it's also a constraint mages can't escape. Like the Grail I think like the Grail itself. The root, I think the Grail might be similar to a magic. I'm not entirely sure. If you're interested in a lot more of the lore, I definitely recommend checking out Otaku Daikun. That's Otakudaikun on YouTube. He's got a whole series talking about the intricacies of the magic in this universe, and it runs deep. So what you're saying is that the entire history of a mage family is recorded in these magic crests.
それは違う。
No, that's
家
not
計の
it.
記録はちゃんと
Family
書いて
records are
残して
recorded
る
in
んだよ。
books. Magic
魔
crests
術
only
刻印
contain
があるのは
magecraft.
単純に魔術だけなの。勝手に呪文
It
演
can
習を
cast
してくれ
spells
た
on
り、
its own, or
自
it can
分が
let you
習
use
得していな
magecraft
い
you
魔
haven't
術を
mastered
伝え
yet.
たりするだけ。わかりやすく言えば、自
In
分の
simpler
体に魔
terms,
法
it's
陣を
like
刻ん
having
でい
magic
るようなも
circles
のかな。
engraved on your body.
それじゃあさ、別
Then
に
doesn't that mean you
刻
can
印は
engrave
誰
the
に
crest
刻んで
onto
もいい
anyone?
ってことにならないか。
If magic circles are all you
魔法陣な
need,
ら
then you can
形
draw as
さえ
many
知っ
as
てい
you
れば
want as
い
long
く
as
つ
you
で
know
も描
this,
けるじゃ
as
な
long
い
as you know
か。
the shape.
それがそういうわけにもい
That's
かな
not
いの
how
よ。
it works.
魔術刻印
Magic
ってい
crests
う
are
の
like
は
living
ね、
things.
生き物み
It's
たい
more
な
like
もの。
transplanting an organ.
臓器を移植することに近いわ。臓器は一つ
There's
しか
only
ない
one
ものだ
organ,
から、
so you can't
何
split
人
it
かに
amongst
分け
other
与える
people
と
or
か
copy
写
it.
本するとか、
There's no
そ
point
うい
in
ったこと
splitting a
が
heart
でき
in
ないの。
half because it had just stopped
心
working,
臓を
right?
一つに分けても意味ないでしょ。
Oh, yeah. You have a point.
そうか。
Does that mean you also have a crest implanted
そ
in
れ
you
じゃあ
too?
遠坂にもその刻印は移植されてるのか。
移植ってのは、
Implanting is a pretty backwards way to put it, if I do say so myself.
私の場合
In
は
my case, it's on my
左
left arm.
肩か
It
ら手
covers
ま
my
で
entire
一緒ね。
arm from my shoulders to my
ただ
hand.
魔術
It
刻
doesn't
印
show
は
up
使わ
as
な
long
けれ
as
ば
I'm
浮かび上がら
not using
ない
it,
か
so
ら、
I don't have to hide
レ
it
ジと違って
like with
隠
command
す
spells.
必要はないわ。まあそんなわけだから、
So that's why a
魔
mage
術師
family
の
only
家庭
has
っ
a
ていうの
single
は
heir.
一子相伝だったりするの。その家
If
に
a
兄弟
family
がい
has
た
multiple
場合、
siblings,
ど
typically
ちらか
any
は
not
魔
chosen
術
to
を
be
教
the
えられず
successor
に
would
一
not be
般
taught
人として暮
magecraft
らす
and
の
would
が常な
instead
の
live an
よ。
ordinary life.
だって
The
魔
magic
術
crest
刻印
can't
を
be
渡さない
passed
んだ
down
か
to
ら、
them, so there's
魔
no
術師
point
と
in
して
them
完
being
成
a
されて
mage.
もあまり意味がないもの。
まあ、それは
Yeah,
真珠の
Shinji
言って
said
た。
that too. I get it.
そうか。
So that's why
そういう
Sakura
理由
wasn't
で
taught
さ
any
くらは教え
magecraft.
られなかったんだ。
ええ。けど、
Right.
マトの家
But the
は
crest
何代
inheritance
か
stopped a
前
few
から
generations
刻印
ago
の
in
継
the
承
Mato
自体が決ま
family.
ってるわ。
So I assume Shinji
だ
only
から
learned about
シンジに教えら
magecraft.
れたのは魔道の知識だけなんでしょう。ほんと、
Honestly,
そういう手合いが
those
一
are the
番
most
持ってる
annoying
のよ
sorts
ね。
out there.
魔
They
術
can't
って
really
も
feel
のを
what
実感
magecraft
できないく
is,
せに
but they still
魔
try to
術を
use it.
使おうって言うんだから。
Tosaka sighs a deep breath, swearing quietly.
さて、
Well, I
魔
was
術
supposed
を
to teach
教
you
えるってことだ
magecraft,
った
but
け
we got a
ど、
little
ちょっ
sidetracked.
と予定が変わった
I'll
わ。
need to come up with a different approach now
シ
that I
ロ
know
に
you
魔
don't
術
have a
刻印
magic
がないんな
crest.
ら、違った方針を立てないといけないし。うん。
Let's call
今
it a
夜は
night
こ
for
こ
now.
でお開きにしま
I'll
しょう。
prepare some things for you
明
tomorrow,
日まで
so
には
we'll
いろい
do
ろ
more
と用
then.
意しておくから、それまで待ってちょうだい。
No? I'll
遠
just have to
坂が
trust
そ
you
う言う
then.
んならうなずくし
And
か
what
な
do
い
you
んだ
mean you're
が。
going to prepare things?
なんだよ。そのいろいろ用意しておくって。
だからいろいろ
I
よ。
mean a lot of things.
刻印が
Since
ない
you
っ
have
て
no
ことは、
crest,
あ
you don't
な
have
た
a
スイッチ
switch.
できないんでしょ。
I'm going to go in and tamper with your body, so we'll need medicine and other
お
tools.
薬とか矯正器具とか必要じゃない？
She's gonna go in and tamper with his body? Ooh woo. A chill runs down my spine.
何？
What?
嫌だって言うな
I'll
らや
stop
め
if
る
you
け
don't
ど
want to do it.
その場合、
But if so, there
私
won't
が
be
教
much
え
I
てあ
can
げられ
teach
る
you.
ことはなくなるわよ。
いや、
Well,
だけ
I
ど
don't want to, but I'm still going to ask you.
遠坂の言い分は
Whatever you say is
多分
probably
正し
the
い。
right way to go.
じゃあ、明日はそれで決
Then
まり
that's
ね。
what we'll do tomorrow.
そうだ。
Oh, right.
あなた、
Are
明
you
日もセ
planning
イバ
on
ーと
training
剣
with
の
Saber
鍛錬を
tomorrow
するつ
too?
もり？
Well,
ああ、
Well,
そうだ
yeah.
けど、
I'm concerned about the bounded field over the school, but there's still some time
活
before
動
it
するまで
activates.
まだ時間があ
I
る。
want to at least be able to fight
そ
by
れま
then.
で少しは戦えるようになっていたいんだ。
そう。まあ
I
いい
see.
けど。
Well, not that it's important to me, but it seems like you and Saber aren't getting along. Ugh,
そ
all
れは
that.
その
夕食前まで
You
は
managed
普
to
通
talk
に話
normally
せてたの
before
に
dinner, but
夕
you got
食
all
から
quiet
妙
at
に黙
dinner.
り込んでたし。念のために聞くけど、
I just want to check.
あなたたちうまく
Are
い
you
って
two
る
getting
んでしょう
along?
ね。
If you two end up
いざ
bickering
戦
during
闘
battle,
って
I'm
時
going to
に
suffer
仲
the
違いされた
consequences too, you
ら、
know.
私たちまで被害を受けるんだから。
It's just that something happened right before dinner, and now things are awkward. That's all. But I'm not sure if Saber and I are really getting along. When I spent all day dueling her, I think I got a sense of what Saber is like. I trust Saber as an ally. No question about that. But if someone asked me how I feel about Saber in other senses, I wouldn't know how to answer. Because I lost all sense in that very moment. It's hard to say. But what about you, Tosuka? Do you like Saber?
セイバーのこと好きなのか
好きよ。
I
だ
do.
って嫌いになる
There's
要
nothing
素がない
there's
じゃん。
nothing about her I don't like, really.
強いし、礼
She's
儀正
strong,
しいし、
polite,
綺
and
麗だ
pretty.
し。
A huge difference from Mr. Cynic. That's right, we haven't seen Archer in forever. I fucking forgot he existed. Huh.
そうか
I see.
父
So
さ
you
んは
like
セイ
Saber?
バーが好きなのか
What?
何よ。
All I said was I like more about her than I don't. Quit being so blunt or you'll make
あ
enemies.
なたね、そのストレートな物言いは直しなさい。いろいろ敵を作りやすいから。
お断りだ
I refuse.
もともと
I've
口下
never
手な
been
んだ
good
よ
with words
俺
anyway.
は
そうでしょうよ。
I figured as
嫌味
much.
とか皮
You're
肉と
never
か口にしな
sarcastic
さ
or
そうだも
cynical.
のね。
I bet you think of me as loud and
え
annoying.
え、どうせ私のことなんて口うるさい嫌味なやつだとか思ってるでしょ。
Chat, does she know? Does she know, Chat? Chat, does she know?
なんでさ
Why would I think
父
that?
坂が言う分に
I
は
like
好
the
き
way
だ
you
ぞ
say things.
なんかさ
Otherwise, it wouldn't feel
そう
like
じゃ
it's
ない
really
と
coming from
父
you.
坂じゃない気がするし
What? He's hiding around there, right? He has to be able to... last we knew he was still recovering from his fights back at the mansion, Tosuka's mansion. I think that's the last that we knew. We don't know what he's been up to after that, if anything. Crap. I might have struck a nerve. Tosuka turns away, pouting. But I have to admit, I feel a little better, even happy, knowing that Tosuka likes Saber. Yeah, Archer also has the advantage of being an archer, so he doesn't necessarily have to be with Rien in order to protect her. He can attack at great range. The day ends. I still feel uneasy with Saber sleeping so close by, so I escape to the shed. I stop and look up at the winter sky. Not because the night sky is particularly beautiful. I'm just feeling the winter chill in a daze, doing nothing because it calms me. I don't know how much time passed. I think I hear footsteps in the darkness.
誰だ
Who's there? There's no answer. Footsteps approach, and I feel a piercing presence. I crouch, ready to jump back at any time.
おい
Hey,
誰だって聞い
I
てるん
ask
だ
who's there. There's no answer. The footsteps never stop, and the person finally appears before me. Damn, I guess all we had to do was bring him up. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Wait a minute. Literally Satan! That's who he is! That's an Unlimited Blade Works abridged joke.
お前確か
It's the servant who fought Lancer at the school the other night. The red-armored knight Saber beat when she leaped over the wall.
父坂のサーバント
Are you Tosuka's servant?
アーチャー
Archer? The man's lips curve upward. This is not a face you want to see, Chad. He smiled. Can I take that as confirmation? Something about him annoys me. For no reason I can really understand, I find myself irritated. I can't make myself like this guy. I've never talked to him before, and he's never attacked me before. But I realize something the instant I see his face. I can't respect this man. There's no reason for it that I can think of, but he and I aren't going to get along. I'm probably not the only one who feels like this. Archer probably feels the same way. Typo. There must be a total of 3 people in the world with whom I'm just completely incompatible. That's how bad it is. I wouldn't be surprised if he was irritable around me too. What do you want? I thought you were going to stay on guard until your wounds healed up. That is my intention. The moment my wounds heal, I'm putting an end to this ridiculous alliance you two formed. So, I've remained a spectator all this time, since I believed there was nothing for me to say to you. Don't let me stop you from spectating, then. There's nothing I want to talk to you about, either. As much as I would like to do that, there's just one thing I cannot overlook. I hear you don't intend to let Saber fight. What's wrong with that? My reply is impulsive. He glares. This is also a face you don't want to see. With a fair amount of hostility, Archer makes it clear he sees right through me. I knew it. Only a brat would do something like that. You won't accept help from anyone. You'll just do everything yourself. On top of it all, you don't want any casualties. That mentality disgusts me. What? You have no right to tell me that. I'm only doing what I think is right. You have no reason to complain. I do, actually. As a fellow servant, I understand Saber's hardship. Saber has a heavy weight to carry with a master like you. He's not lying. But what really ticks me off is that I didn't want to hear this from him, of all people. Screw you! I'm not a burden to Saber. I'm going to fight in her place, so there shouldn't be a problem. Are you saying she won't get hurt as long as she doesn't fight? Servants only exist to fight. Forbidding her to fight is blasphemous, though I doubt there's any point in telling you that. Having said what was on his mind, Archer falls silent. A few minutes pass. The two of us just stare at each other. I gulp. His cold stare seems to be trying to probe my insides. And then suddenly... So, what's your plan, Master of Saber? The Red Knight seems calm as he asks his question. Last time I talked about Shiro's hero impulse, but Archer mentioning that he wants to do everything himself, and the fact that Shiro is an orphan actually makes sense now. Yeah, I guess so. I think I'm starting to understand how Shiro thinks. Yeah, he... It's a combination of a lot of things, especially the survivor's guilt and the survivor's guilt leading to a hero complex. I was saved. Why was I saved? Other people deserve to be saved. I need to do the saving. That kind of thing. What do you mean? Do you really expect to end this war without fighting? Do you really think you'll never fight or kill anyone? I never said I won't fight. I'll fight if I need to fight. I see. But you won't kill anyone when you fight. Yeah. Got a problem with that? I have no intention of butting into your moronic reasons for doing what you do. I don't have the time, and I'm just not crazy enough to try. Archer turns his back to me. Don't get things confused, though. This champion of justice you're pretending to be, nothing more than a cleaner. You should know that only the survivor is going to have a chance to save anyone that way. I don't know why, but it felt like Archer was just beating up on me for no reason. Wait, what do you mean a champion of justice is just a cleaner? You should have figured it out by now. Listen, your approach won't undo a tragic death. That's the limitation you're working within. A champion of justice is someone who can only clean up a mess that's already been made. You'll never be able to save the very people you're hoping to save. That's not true. The idea that you can't save the person you're reaching out to save is wrong. An ideal is just that, an ideal. As long as you hold on to that ideal, the friction between it and reality will only get more intense. That's the path you're on right now. Someday you're going to face reality, and you'll have to pay the price. The choices you've made will cost many, many lives. You should at least be prepared. By the time you realize how narrow-minded you've been, you'll have to figure out how to fix it, and to punish for it. If you can't do that, then I suggest you abandon both your dream and your magecraft right now. Archer disappears into the darkness. Listen, no matter what anyone does, there will always be those who can't be saved. All your ideals will let you save is the ideal itself. There is so little a human can do. But even so... Hey, wait! What the hell are you trying to say? My question is swallowed up in the darkness. Archer is already gone, and I'm just talking to empty air. What the hell's with him? He just showed up, unloaded a bunch of crap on me, and disappeared. He was telling me that my thinking is too idealistic, and I'm going to suffer for it soon. But how can I decide something is wrong before I've even tried it? I'm ready. If I'm wrong, I'll just have to pay for that mistake with my life. That's my resolve as a mage. Archer doesn't have to remind me of that. I really can't stand that guy. But something he said bothers me. No matter what anyone does, there will always be those who can't be saved. There is so little a human can do. But even so, can I keep pursuing my ideal without ever looking back? I mutter to myself. I felt like that's what Archer wanted to say. Some very heavy sentiments to end on. Very nice. What an exciting day it has been. We did so many things this episode. Let me go ahead and unmute all of my stuff really quick so that I don't forget about it for next time. Closing up the game real quick. Archer's a very strong way to express himself. Yeah, we'll learn a lot more about Archer as we get through the routes, plural. You learn the most about Archer in the next route, the Unlimited Blade Works route, because that's Rin's route, so you get a lot more time with Rin and therefore Archer. But in the Fate route, it's kind of a little bit of everything because it's Shiro and Saber. So that's kind of the idea. And then the Heaven's Field route, you get a lot more stuff about like magecraft in general, the Holy Grail War in general, and a lot of like the kind of stuff that's been going on behind the scenes that you didn't really get the opportunity to learn about in the first two routes. So it's kind of important when you play this game, when you read the story, that you do all three routes, because there's so much lore, there's so much like world building and mechanical stuff that you don't get in certain routes. So it's very, very interesting in that way, and that's why I like it so much. Anyway, we're wrapped up for tonight. I'm going to send you guys off on a raid. More on Monday. Expect to not see me until Monday. But we'll see. So, for now, let's see who's online, who's doing what, and who we can ship you guys off to. Let's see. I hope you guys enjoyed your time here. I have had quite a long day, so I am definitely going to take this opportunity to get some rest. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, it looks like they just started. Oh, they just started. Alright, hell yeah. It's Mythos Monday, even though it's Friday. We're going to raid another mythological figure from the Mythos organization. Last time it was Athena. Today, we're raiding out to Artemis. It looks like they're going to be playing some Marvel Rivals, which is something that I want to play some more of. So, I'm going to say hi to Kage and go to bed. Okay. I'm in bed. I'm going to sleep. Yeah. I'll be heading to bed pretty soon myself. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thanks again to Mittens for the raid. I don't know. I've had a very long and fulfilling day. I don't know. I'm out of stuff to yap about. So, I guess I'll see you guys on Monday. I should have a schedule put together for you before then. I'm hoping to get everything sorted tomorrow. But yeah. Oh yeah, let me give you your raid message. Here you go. Copy that, spam it gently in Artemis' chat. As always, be nice, have fun, raid Leaf, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me, and